you want to come out of the game?
Maybe they asked him, do you have a concussion?
Jalen, do you want to come out of the game? You feel like you have a concussion? You give a thumbs
maybe
up.
they asked CD Deuce, hey CJ, do you have a concussion? And he was like, yeah. And then they threw a flag. They're like, okay, I'll kick you out because you're concussed.
Where's he going? Did he say where he was going?
No, he just left.
He just left.
On today's Pardon My Take, we've got football and a lot of it. Week 16 in the NFL. Some pretty big results. The Chiefs keep rolling. The Commanders take down the Eagles. We had the Vikings continue their path to controlling their destiny to the 1 seed. We're also going to talk some college football because we don't have a show Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday for a preview of Week 17. But we're going to have to talk college football playoffs as well. And we're going to start with Fastest 2 Minutes, all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in all the hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7. So many games every day, so many opportunities to place your first bet. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place your bet, and here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. When you bet just $5, happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers. Get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Monday, December 23rd, week 16.
Whoop! Whoop!
They're not gonna get him.
Stumble!
We start in Kansas City, where Patrick Swayze Mahomes said pain don't hurt as he bounced off Texan defenders for a first-half score on a bum ankle. Xavier, we are not worthy, we're scum, we suck, was the opposite of that as he said, game on, Garth, as the Chiefs come down the home stretch of the season. The Texans fought hard, but CJ can't read cloud coverage through 2 picks, spoiling the upset bid as Kareem, Bergen, Fish, and Hunt Club said, murder? What murder? As the Chiefs continue killing their competition. Chiefs 27, Texans 19.
We go over to Baltimore, where Najee, I see Harris, I see France. I dumped a log of Schittsburg in my underpants, had a costly fumble, and Ben, hooked on Scronics, gave Russell Wilson some very difficult reads, mixing up his L's and W's. The Ravens' tight end touchdown duo was the answer to the question of what Air Force Base is closest to M&T Bank Stadium. Likely Andrews. Derrick Henry VIII took the Steelers for a bride, while TJ turned down for what? Got outplayed by Lil John Harbaugh, seeing the ball downfield, giving shots to everybody. And let us be the first to wish you all a very Lamar-y Christmas as the Ravens roll. Baltimore 34, Pittsburgh 17.
Over to Sunday in Indianapolis, where Jonathan Taylor Swift, coming off a game where he was called the anti-hero, decided to shake it off and tell the haters, look what you made me do, as he ran to all the blank spaces on Sunday, amassing 218 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. Rudolph, the backup QB, made some very shitty throws. Remember when Myles Garrett assaulted him? I would even say he blows. Colts 38. Titans 30.
To Carolina, where we say, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a Suge Knight, as the Cards' playoff chances are on death row in this matchup of the 2 shortest QBs. Chuba Indian in the Hubbard has turned into a real young adult, running for 2 touchdowns and the game-winning score. Dave Panama Canales says it's not so easy to travel from west to east as the Panthers get their 4th win on the season. The Panthers 36, the Cardinals 30.
We head now to D.C., where Max was on scene for the Eagles and Commanders.
We head to Landover, Maryland, where Jalen got hurt and was replaced by Kenny Let's Just Kick It, who did a great job of leading field goal drives all game long. Hey, Braden, turn in your man card for being a pussy who couldn't kick the ball into the end zone one time today and allowed the Commanders to start at the 40 on every fucking possession. With a chance to win the game late, Devontae Smissy Elliott said, "Is it 3rd down? Let me work it. Put my hands up, drop it, and reverse it. Ball's yours, Smicky Wicky Man, yet. Ball's yours, Smicky Wicky Man, yet." Commanders 36, Eagles 33.
Thanks, Max. We now head to the Meadowlands, where Memes was there for a great game between the Jets and the Rams.
At MetLife Stadium, the Jets tried to breeze deck the halls with boughs of holly, but it turned into the nightmare before Christmas for Jets superfan fireman Ed, as he wasn't shown on the Jets Jumbotron not one time. I ran so far away. I ran all night and day just to get away for 122 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Higg B said, "I'm pouring honey on you, GOAT," as he walked into the end zone for a go-ahead score. Joshua Playboard Cardi said he wasn't going outside today to seal the Rams' victory for a field goal. With a field goal. Rams 19, Jets 9.
Thanks, Memes. In Chicago, where Bears fans just want to be put in their caskets and go to die, the Lions decided to clown them one last time. Hey, Teej, remember that song you just said?
I remember that song, boom.
Shot, 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 shots, everybody! As it was shots of Jameson as Williams scored an 80-yard touchdown, and Bears fans want a shot to the head. Talking suicide. In the 3rd quarter, Jared Goff goes back to pass and fumble! Just kidding. He did a fake fumble because Ben Johnson has the bag deeper than the Mariana Trench, someplace I'd like to be right now. The Lions 34, the Bears 17.
To all our listeners, lock the door, get the lotion out, and get nice and comfortable, because it's Min-C time as the Vikings head out west to Seattle. Randy Jackson Smith-Njigba said that's going to be a Geno for me, dog, as he scored to tighten the game before halftime. Justin Timberlake Jefferson probably going to be popping a few bottles of Patron, vacationing in the Samptons, with Darnold stacking up first downs, reminding fans at home and Long Island police officers that the yellow line is not official. The Vikings 27, the Seahawks 24.
We finish in Western New York, where Hank is on the scene for the Bills and Patriots. Or the Patriots and the Patriots.
In Buffalo, it was Draco's season with the book bag May, who started the scoring early with a touchdown to Every Kiss Begins with K. Sean Booty.
Nice.
Double Dog Cookie scored twice. Until Ron Burgundy Johnson had a very important announcement, and he needs all of you to stop what you're doing at once and listen. Fumble! Recovery touchdown! And no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. 24, Patriots 21.
Standing on the corner, Jameis Winston, Cuyahoga, such a fine sight to see. It's DTR, won't make your PP hard, cause you'll never see any TDs. Come on, Cincy, you're looking frisky. Please don't jerk around PMT like you were Mincy. The Bengals 24, the Browns 6. And that is fastest 2 minutes for week 16 in the NFL. Brought to you by our friends at Chevy. There's a reason we're never done a Mount Rushmore pickup trucks, and that's because, pardon my take, there's only one pickup truck, the Chevy Silverado. Why is that? Silverado's a partner you can depend on. We've all spent time driving and using the Silverado for all kinds of, pardon my take, jobs, adventures, and other shenanigans. They've been with us for a cross-country trip to Super Bowl. They've been with us for every single Grit Week, and they've been with us for the Low Man Award that we awarded last week. So Silverado is there for us. Silverado's there for you. Silverado brings the grit, legendary grit, paired with modern truck tech inside and out, massive screens, up to 8 cameras with 14 different views to help make driving, towing, and parking all easier. We love the bold blacked out look of the new Silverado HD Trail Boss. So head on over to Chevy.com, build your own Silverado or Silverado HD, and check out all the current offers on Silverado. Discover a world of strength and capability, all behind the wheel of our favorite truck, the Chevy Silverado. Okay, week 16 in the books as we watch the second half of the Bucs-Cowboys, which we'll recap at the end. Cowboys Cooper Rush is Cooper Rush a franchise quarterback?
The Cowboys better with Cooper Rush?
I don't know. Mike McCarthy's saving his job right before Christmas. So we got a lot of ball to talk about, boys. We had Saturday football.
Yep.
Hank, did you watch it? Did you see it?
Sure did.
We had Saturday football. We got Sunday football.
It's just awesome that finally we get football on Saturdays now.
Yeah, we finally get it. So, and we're going to talk a little college football because, reminder, we do not have a show on Wednesday. It's Christmas Day. We'll be back on Friday. That's going to be our schedule for the next 2 weeks.
Also have an hour-long doc on Thursday, though, on YouTube.
Okay.
So little
There we
extra.
go. That's
Bonus.
huge. That's huge. So, yeah, it'll be Monday, Friday for the next 2 weeks during the holidays. But let's get into it. Saturday football, Chiefs 27, Texans 19. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to do it again. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They are 14-1, and everything is rounding into shape exactly as we expected and exactly as they always planned. Xavier Worthy is getting target. I think he had 14 touches. Hollywood Brown is back.
Yeah, the offense looks legitimately good now.
Yeah, their defense is still is, the secondary is not great, but they still make big time plays in the fourth quarter. It just felt like they needed whenever they needed a sack or a pressure that second half, they were all over CJ Stroud. They're going to do it. It's crazy, but they're rounding into form.
Between Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, Gray, it's like they can go anywhere they want with the ball.
Yeah.
At any point. They can beat you in whatever way they want to at that given point. They just have so many options right now, and they're looking good. And winning is getting boring for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Who's yawning on the sidelines.
Yeah, they still can't block for Patrick Mahomes, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because his ankle is not hurt. He ran for a 15-yard touchdown in the first half, and you're like, oh, this guy's not hurt at all.
He said that his plan was to not run, and then he got in the game. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to run.
Yeah, because I think he's got a freak body that just can be contorted in all different directions, and he'll be fine.
Yep.
And he bounces back. He's Wolverine.
This is now their 14th win this season without scoring 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
That is now an official NFL record.
Yes.
Second place, the team they passed was the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
Oh.
In 1925, led by Punk Berryman. You remember Punk Berryman?
Yeah, Punk Berryman.
Punk Berryman. They had 13 wins without scoring 30 points.
The crazier stat with the no game over 30, it's 31 points because they did score 30, I think, against the Panthers. But the teams that have not scored 31 points this season in a game are the Kansas City Chiefs, 14-1, the New York Giants, 2-13, the Las Vegas Raiders, 3-12, and the New England Patriots, 3-12. Yep. That's the company.
Yep, that's what you're in. Yeah, the stat was most wins with 30 or fewer points.
They're just doing stuff just for fun. It's not even like, that's a stat like the Chiefs don't have to score 30 points. They're proving that they can do whatever they want. And yeah, I really do. Like, I watched that game and I was like, yeah, they're rounding into form exactly like Xavier Worthy, just like Rashee Rice last year. The beginning of the year, he had that first game where he has that electric touchdown. And everyone's like, how could you let Xavier Worthy fall to the Chiefs? And then he has a stretch where he didn't look that great and they didn't really feature him much. And he would get maybe 1 or 2 catches a game. And yesterday it was 11 targets. And it was, I know he didn't have like crazy eye-popping numbers, but he had 7 catches. He had another 3 rushes. He had a touchdown. They're just rounding into form, and they've got everything cooking. So
I feel like they're practicing getting him the ball a lot right now because they might dial back on that a little bit in the playoffs, but they'll go to him a few times a game, and they want to know that he's ready when it happens, and he'll be ready. And the Chiefs, congrats to the Chiefs.
Congrats to the Chiefs, three-peat. As for the Texans, that game sucked a lot for them. Not only did they lose, but Tank Dell, horrific injury. That was brutal, especially because he felt like he was rounding into form after his season-ending injury last year. They also lost Jimmy Ward and Shaq Mason, and their offense it continues. Like, CJ Stroud struggled, and Joe Mixon couldn't get running, and I don't have any hopes for the Texans to make any type of impact on the AFC playoffs.
No, that was a tough loss when Tank Dell went down. But we should say, tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
He held on to the ball after getting his kneecap dislocated.
Yes.
And you could tell it was serious. And it happened as he was catching the ball. Simultaneously, his knee gets bent to the side by some friendly fire. And he hangs on to it as he rolls over, as he's calling the cart onto the field. Unreal. He's out of the hospital now, and he's going back to Houston. So that's good.
Yeah, that is good, but it's going to be a long...
very long recovery.
Yeah. It also, just as a side note, Zach Miller did catch it because that did happen. Remember when his leg basically went sideways? And you hear the news right away, Tank Dell has to go to the hospital. You're like, oh, shit. I think that's because of artery, and they got to make sure the emergency surgery. So, yeah, really, really tough. C.J. Stroud was obviously shaken up by it. And, yeah, I don't know where, the Texans are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they're down to just Nico Collins in terms of their weapons that they started the season with, which sucks. And I don't really know. I don't know. Their defense is still good, but not elite. And there's just going to be a bummer to watch because you're like, man, that season everyone had hopes that they could be one of those dark horse Super Bowl teams, and it kind of just fell apart for him. And C.J. Stroud has had a sophomore slump.
It's like, I don't know what D'Amico's going to do. Just tell him, reimagine yourself as being a run-first team. Just ground and pound.
Yeah, but they can't even run the ball all the time. Mixon wasn't able to run the ball in this game.
I don't know what they're going to do, but it is a bummer.
Yeah, total bummer. But, yeah, the Chiefs are going to win 3 in a row. Does anyone feel differently? I don't want them to. I'm going to be rooting for the Bills to beat them.
I think they will.
But I watched this game, and I was just like, yeah, everything's kind of just starting to click for them, and they're just going to do it again.
Yeah. We'll see you on Christmas.
And I was just like, how did that happen?
See you on Christmas, Patty Mahomes.
14-1 is crazy. I mean, I know that there's been a lot of close calls, but still, 14-1, it's hard to win in this league.
And they're getting Harrison Butker back and healthy. He looked okay.
Why does he do the thing where he falls now?
I don't know.
After every kick?
I don't know. It has something to do with his follow-through.
Yeah.
Making sure he gets enough, hip flexibility on it. I don't know.
Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Also, the Chiefs, the other part is their defense is starting to take the ball away, which I think I mentioned this stat a couple weeks ago where they were third to last in takeaways. They had 10 total through 14 weeks. They've had 8 in the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So it's all starting to work. And it's all going to just – I don't really know what else to say. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Congrats to the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Yeah. And the fans can post a meme and be like, oh, man, this game's going to suck. Just kidding, we won.
You guys will just figure out a way.
You'll figure out a way.
No matter what happens, there is a path for you, and you will find that one path.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay, the other Saturday game, Ravens 34, Steelers 17. This was basically, I felt like it was a Freaky Friday situation where the Ravens and Steelers switched bodies because it felt like the Ravens were playing Mike Tomlin Steelers football in that they were getting opportune, turnovers. Lamar didn't play out of his mind good, and they just, the Russ fumble basically changed the game. They were going in 7-7. Russ is going in. All he has to do is slide at the 2-yard line. Instead, tries to jump and be a hero, fumbles, and then the Ravens turn around and go on a 98-yard drive, and that was it.
That was tough because I thought Russ was going to score on that too.
Yeah.
When he got in the open field, and then, just unlucky play for Pittsburgh, and then you couldn't do anything about Derrick Henry.
No.
I don't know what kind of angles Minkah Fitzpatrick was taking against Derrick Henry, but they were the wrong ones.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
The wrong angles.
Derrick Henry was just an absolute. He was a hammer, and the Steelers were the nail on Saturday. And he had 100. What do you have? 166 yards, I believe. 162 yards. He's the 5th player in NFL history to have 4 1,500 rushing yard seasons, which I always feel like running stats, passing stats have gotten out of hand. Running stats, those count because they used to just run the ball all the time. So it's Edgerrin James has 4, Walter Payton has 4, Eric Dickerson has 4, Barry Sanders has 5.
And I feel like we're seeing more of the good Derrick and less of the bad Derrick, where he's slow around the line of scrimmage and gets hit for a loss.
Yeah.
Because that was the formula in Tennessee for a while. It's just keep feeding him. Eventually we'll figure out a way to break him on a long one. And then a lot of the times he just would have gains of 1 yard, no yards, -1 yard. In Baltimore, it feels like they figured out how to get him on the edge and get him even going downhill before he hits the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And then good luck tackling him if you don't take the perfect angle on him.
I feel this is the thing they were missing last year.
Yeah, it looks pretty good in Baltimore. Now, the Steelers they're a little bit banged up in the secondary.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Joey Porter
getting hurt early. That didn't do him any favors. And they are getting Pickens back.
Yes, for the Christmas Day game.
Yeah.
He's their entire offense, if you listen to some of our friends.
It looks
Jersey Jerry.
It looks like they don't know how to pass the ball downfield without Pickens.
Yeah. I mean, that Russ pick, too, Marlon Humphrey, who's been incredible this year, that was also the game. Russ didn't play. He had to play clean football. The Steelers had to go into that game doing what they usually do against the Ravens, where they basically just trade field position, get a couple fumbles where the Ravens put the ball on the ground, but the Steelers just didn't recover it.
Yeah.
And get to the end of the game and find a way to make one more play. And Russ just didn't keep him in that spot where they could be like, oh, we're just a TJ Watt strip sack away from winning this game.
Yeah. Stupid thing I noticed after this game was over. It was like 30 minutes after the end of the game. Kyle Van Noy, he posts on Twitter a picture of him just decleating Russell Wilson, and he says like it's hunting season, and it was such a sick picture. That's got to be an underrated part about being an NFL athlete. Is like right after a game's over, you get to look at all these incredible pictures of you doing superhuman shit, and be like, "Yep, that's me. Look at me, I'm sideways.
Look how sick I look.
Hitting the fuck out of Russell Wilson and making him look like a rag doll.
Yeah, me smashing some guy.
Like just having a professional photographer follow you around, like instead of like here at Barstool, the worse you look, those are the ones that get posted.
Yeah, Hank just tries to find the worst pictures of you and post it over and over.
Yeah, it's just
memes, just memes us to death.
You have a staff of people who are assigned to find the best looking pictures of you that they can get their hands on and amplify those to the masses.
You looking like a Greek god in action. Yeah, I agree.
Sick. That's why I want to play in the NFL one day.
We need to hire a personal photographer that just makes us look good.
They'll be corrupted soon.
Because we literally have the opposite. I mean, I don't know, Shane with the YouTube thumbnails. Does he edit us to make us look ugly? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. We don't even look like ourselves half the time.
He has a filter where he can add 30 pounds to you.
Why? Wouldn't it be? Do you think it's? I feel like if you're scrolling, you'd want us to not look like. We don't look well half the time.
Yeah.
I know that when we look bad naturally, that's funny, but he distorts us to make us look weird.
He's not going to like this discourse.
I mean, he does a great job.
But it's the truth, is it not? Is it the truth? Does he do that or no? There's times I see myself, I'm like, well, do I look like that? No. I look like an alien.
Yeah, at one point, I think he added 40 pounds to my body, and he drew circles under my eyes.
Yeah, or like I have like a weird, a smile I've never done before. I think he's just like a sicko who just like, it's not a bad one. He just likes to see us in the weirdest positions. But yeah, you're right, PFT. We need to get a photographer who does that for us. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. I don't even know.
Yeah, you're making the little yikes face. We're both bad picture. The Skip Bayless thumbnail all time.
Yeah.
Somehow Skip looks awesome.
I think they look good
to us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, the Steelers still can win out and win the AFC North. So they have the record. It's versus common opponents. They have a better record versus common opponents. So they control their own destiny. Now, will they? Because they have to play the Chiefs and the Bengals. But that wasn't for the AFC North. It was obviously makes it a little more difficult. But they absolutely still control their own destiny.
You know, as crazy as this is going to sound, because of the last two recaps we just did, I kind of like the Steelers on Christmas.
Yeah, I like them on Christmas. I do not like them in the playoffs. I have them in my Texans category of team that I'm not expecting to be in like the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, but I like them on Christmas.
Yeah, I do. But it's also the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Chiefs, but it's Tomlin as a dog at home.
Tomlin, dog at home, Christmas. Everybody in Pittsburgh is going to be at the. If you're not anybody unless you're at that game in Pittsburgh.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Anything else on this game? I wish these teams would just play all the time. It is fun. Although this was, this is the rare one that wasn't close.
This is a blowout.
Yeah, Russell Wilson
matchup
didn't really help us because, like I said, it was. I was expecting this game to be close down the end and the Steelers be able to have a chance to win it, and Russ kind of ruined that with his fumble and his pick six.
The pick six was the big part of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fumble was they were going to go up 14-7.
Yep. Fumbles happen, though.
Fumbles do happen. Okay. Sunday. So before we get to Sunday, shout out Scott Hansen. He did mention me and us for the witching hour, but also shout out Scott Hansen. He's now changed the tagline to 7 hours of red zone football starts now.
Tough.
Yeah, his apology that he issued on Saturday was great. First of all, it started out with a football in the camera, letting you know who you're dealing with here. And then he took ownership. He said he wrestled with the concept of whether or not to say commercial-free football before he knew that there would be commercials. And I can only imagine what an internal struggle that must have been for Scott Hansen. So he discussed that. He apologized, which I appreciated as a football fan.
Yes.
I think some people still know how business is done. The Red Zone is one of those entities.
Hey everyone, as we kick off a great football weekend, I just wanted to take a quick second and apologize for using the commercial-free catchphrase at the top of last show. I was conflicted about it beforehand. I had a tough decision to make, and I made the wrong decision, and I'm sorry.
So thank you, Scott, for acknowledging it.
Appreciate it,
But
Scott.
can we maybe just lose the commercials? They put you in a bad position, Scott.
They put him in a terrible position.
They don't care about you, Scott. If they cared about you, they wouldn't have marched you out there with a gun to your head and made you say that.
Yeah. It was very funny how serious he took it, which I liked that he cares that much.
Yeah, I want him to take it extremely seriously.
Yeah, he lost sleep this week.
Yeah.
That's a fact about, the fact that people were like, you lied to us about commercial-free football. Okay, so Sunday, Commanders 36, Eagles 33. Who would like to start? Actually, no, I want to start real quick.
Okay, you can start.
I'm going to start, and then I'm going to kick it to you.
Okay.
I'm going to start with just this.
Is that the Gorillas?
That was a cackle. Actually,
No, that was wait.
You guys are hypocrites.
FSU Brando made a remix of that.
You guys are hypocrites.
I love that clip. I love that clip.
We still
It's
lose.
either
I
I'm
love
too
that clip.
scared and I'm not confident enough, or
Wait,
I talk
wait.
some shit.
Max, we'll get to you in
or
a
I
second.
talk some shit.
Oh, Max,
Or it's one way
I
or the
just
other.
wanted to play
We'll
the
get to
clip.
you-
It was
yeah,
funny.
it was a funny clip.
I got
That's
I,
a
I
funny
get to
clip.
rebuttal. I get to rebuttal that.
It was
I
a
get to
funny
rebuttal
laugh.
that.
I liked that clip.
What was that clip? Rebuttal what?
That was
That was
Max
Max laughing.
After they lost?
No, probably after one of our 5 turnovers that we had.
Yeah, 5-1 turnover for the Eagles today. PFT, go. I mean, Max and PFT,
Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah. Here's some analysis. Number one, great hit by Max. He hit a plus 220 Commanders money line.
This is just a lie.
Money line bet that
This
you
is
put
just
in.
a lie.
Max put in a money line bet on the Commanders.
I was pissed about the drop. I immediately said, fuck, this is the Falcons are going to lose this game, bet it, and then cashed out within maybe 30 seconds. So
Okay,
you
so
keep saying that, and I did not hit
Max,
a bet.
Max made a great bet.
I lost. I
you made
did
a
not
great
make
bet.
a bet.
You made a great bet.
No, you didn't make it.
Yeah, you made it.
Sick, dude.
You made a great bet.
Sick. That's so cool of you. Keep going.
Okay.
Fuck face.
Here's some stats. Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown, 0 completions, 0 yards.
Oh.
Kenny Pickett to A.J. Brown, 8 completions, 97 yards, a tutty, and we can tack another 60 yards on there for pass interferences that he drew. So the chemistry, I'd say, is like best friend status between Kenny Pickett and A.J. Brown. The Eagles pretty much wrapped up the division, so that's good for them. Mm-hmm. And, Max, it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a season, so that could be good if we end up playing you again in the playoffs because we already beat you once, so then now it's like, oh, you don't have the pressure of having to beat the Commanders 3 times. But as several smart people on this podcast have said, everybody gets injured. Everyone gets nicked up this time of year. It's not like the Detroit Lions are the only team in the NFL that's injured. Next man up. Mm-hmm. Got to play through it. Injuries can't be an excuse. Mm-hmm. And so someone really smart said that, so I wanted to make sure to amplify that. We're a national sports podcast. Injuries happen. Next man up.
I don't think Kenny Pickett is the reason the Eagles lost that game. I think if Jalen Hurts plays the whole game, the Eagles definitely win that game. But I don't think Kenny Pickett is the reason they lost that game. Does that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Who is
Braden Mann has to get the ball in the end zone. The Commanders started at midfield every single possession.
It's Luke McCaffrey.
Every single possession.
Okay.
I don't understand. Like, that is a huge thing. Devontae Smith has to catch that football, and the defense can't give up 22 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
None of that has to do with Kenny Pickett.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
And listen, Jaden Daniels was fucking awesome today.
Jaden Daniels threw a fourth quarter pick with 2.5 minutes to go.
And then
that would have lost the game if one of the best receivers in football caught the fucking football.
Then you know what he did? He went down and he threw his 5th touchdown
He's a rookie.
pass.
He's a rookie that makes very good plays and also very bad plays.
Yeah, he made some rookie mistakes. He had 2 bad picks today, but he's still fucking awesome.
If Devontae Smith catches that ball, you are sitting here talking Jaden Daniels is a rookie that I wish that he didn't make that rookie mistake.
Oh,
which he did.
Are we going to do the ifs game?
I'm just saying, like you like to just nitpick plays, but he's a rookie that makes good plays and he makes bad plays.
No,
he almost lost the game.
I always say when he screws up,
he should have lost the game.
He threw 2 bad picks.
If Devontae
today.
Smith catches that ball, he lost the game.
He threw 2 bad picks today, put them in a position where they could have lost. But guess what?
Where
Then
they
he got
should
the
have
ball back,
lost,
and then he won the
and
game.
Devontae, yes, correct.
The last drive was very good by him.
But the drive before was very bad, and you can't, and you have to say both.
Well,
yeah,
You have to
I'm
say
saying
both.
Bad.
You
bad
didn't.
pick.
No. You didn't
Bad
say
pick.
both. I said both.
Bad picks.
It's true. He did say both.
Bad picks.
You didn't say both till he said both.
Game-winning drive.
He also had some dots, some downfield.
But Max
dots.
is right. He wins that little
you have
mini
to
round.
acknowledge the good with the bad.
I fully admit his.
You
picks,
weren't
picks
going
today,
to until I said it.
His picks today were bad.
But when the
Two-
game was on the
2 bad
line,
picks.
actually
When it
on the
mattered.
line.
When it was on the line, he threw an interception with 2.5 minutes to go, Hank.
But
No,
then
but-
when the game was on the line,
Again.
No,
but
but
the,
yo,
the
no,
game
but
the
can be
game
on the
was
line.
really
twice.
on the line.
The game wasn't on the line then.
Yes, it was.
Well, he knew that he
no,
did-
because if it was on the line and he threw that pick, then we would have lost.
right?
That's true.
Game wasn't on the line. It
All
was,
right, point back to
It was
PFT.
getting close to the line.
Okay, fine.
Max, you lost the 1 seed today.
Correct. It's fine.
That hurts.
Realistically, though, the way that the rest of the games played out, they probably weren't going to get it anyway. The Vikings beating the Seahawks, they would the Vikings would have to lose the next 2 games.
Well, no,
Or they-
no. If you had won today, the Vikings could have easily lost to the Packers and then beaten the Lions.
Yes, that's like the only exact scenario that could happen. They would have to
No,
beat
it could
the
have been.
Lions
It
and
could have
then
also
lost
been the
Packers.
Lions losing to the 49ers and then beating the Vikings.
It's not that crazy.
Yeah, just one loss.
Regardless,
You had a
let's
lot
see-
of ways
Let's
to.
let's see how it shakes out. But odds are they weren't going to get the 1 seed anyway.
Well,
All
then,
they
no,
had to do
that's
was-
not true. They were very much alive for the 1 seed.
Odds are they weren't going to get the 1 seed anyway.
Are you worried about the defense?
You have one bad game. It's the best defense in the NFL up for 13 weeks, and then you have one bad game.
But you got to admit the
If it
bad
happens-
with the good.
Correct.
And this was a bad game.
Correct.
22 points in the fourth
Correct.
quarter.
You want to remind me how I started off this segment?
One bad
You
game.
want to remind him?
I said the defense cannot let up 22 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Let's just go around the circle and keep saying stupid fucking shit.
All right, so I guess I have to talk about what I don't like about my own team because that's how we should properly appreciate a win on this podcast.
Is betting against your team when the game's almost over?
Hank,
Is that stupid
you
shit?
will bet against your team whenever.
Never.
You don't
Never.
give a
No.
fuck about your
I-
team.
I would never.
You are watching your games wanting to lose.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'm not
guess
betting
what?
against them.
Guess
you
what,
are
Max?
watching your games wanting to lose.
Hank is at least consistent with that. I would
I
expect
didn't-
that from Hank. I didn't expect that from you. You're better than that.
That was a moment where I was like, this is going to lose. Maybe if I bet on it, they won't lose. Mm-hmm. I was putting that
then
money
Why'd you cash out?
because I got bullied. I always get bullied.
There was
You don't always get bullied.
there was a point when Kenny got into the game and Max's
bullying me.
initial reaction was, I hope Kenny plays well, but not really that well.
Do you regret that?
Because
I regret that.
That was bad.
I regret that.
You didn't think that Jalen
I will.
You didn't think
that I will
Jalen could
put my hand
could
up.
take it? He couldn't take a little
No,
little
not
pressure.
Jalen. I just hate listening to the fucking media.
You are the media.
No,
We are all the media with
Philly-
X.
Other media.
So
different media.
Kenny Pickett not.
Do you think you win that game if Jalen Hurts plays the whole game?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ball bounces a couple weird ways. Who knows?
I'll say
another
no.
thing have to talk about. 2 things we have to talk about.
Okay,
2 things we have to talk
please.
about. C.J. Gardner-Johnson getting thrown out of the game for being mean.
For words, yeah.
For words.
Has anyone ever seen that in the NFL?
Hank has.
Number 2.
Hank said he has.
I guess
It depends on
Jalen
what
Hurts has a
words.
concussion.
We don't know what words.
I guess Jalen Hurts has a concussion. The NFL needs to be consistent about when they're taking players out because there are hits that are so much worse than what happened to him that never get addressed.
He gave thumbs up.
yeah.
He gave thumbs up, went to the medical tent, put his helmet back in to get back in the game, and then someone from the NFL took him out. What? Explain this. Explain Josh Allen against the Texans. He was
You
knocked
have this
out
pulled
cold.
up. You have this pulled up.
How? What? Why? I get it. Player safety. I want everyone to be safe.
All right.
What? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Memes told me. Memes was like the Josh Allen thing. You got to talk. about.
5
It's
seconds.
crazy.
5 seconds before we started recording.
Yeah.
Like I had no.
but did Josh give thumbs up?
That
No.
But hold on, Max. You don't know what they said. They could have said, "Hey, Jalen, do you have a concussion?" And he gave thumbs up. Like, yeah, I do. Thumbs up.
The C.J. Gardner-Johnson getting ejected for being mean.
I got
Well,
you there.
we don't know what.
I got you there.
That's just so dumb. It doesn't.
It's not dumb. You don't think they could have said,
It's so
"Hey,
dumb.
Jalen,
It
do you
doesn't
have a
listen.
concussion?" And he went, "Yeah."
Doesn't deserve a response.
Thumbs up.
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
do.
deserve a response.
And we don't know what CJ said. We don't know the words that he said.
Do you want to come out of the game?
Maybe
Jalen?
they asked him. Do you
Yeah,
have a concussion?
Jalen, do you want to come out of the game? You feel like you have a concussion? He gave a thumbs
Maybe
up.
they asked CD Deuce. Hey, hey CJ, do you have a concussion? And he was like, yeah. And then they threw a flag. They're like, okay, I'll kick you out because you're concussed.
Where's he going? Did he say where he was going?
No, he just left.
He just left.
Jaden Daniels' last drive was awesome.
Yeah. He had a few really good drives today. The legs were working. Not having Noah Brown out there is a pretty big impact. Although, hey, credit to Jamison Crowder, who's still very much in the league. Caught 2 touchdowns today. Yeah, Max, you're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay,
nice.
so
Where'd you go?
I just did a little pacing outside.
Took a lap.
Booth.
What are they? The Anger Sharks?
No, I was good. I was good. I should do that more often.
Okay.
That was just a quick
little
timeout?
Quick timeout.
So
Sometimes I need a quick timeout when you guys are just being so fucking dumb.
I also feel like this, this loss was...
I think if we're being honest here, I think you had not even thought about the fact that the concussion spotter could have said, "Hey, Jalen, do you have a concussion?" And they went, "Yes, thumbs up." Like that dawning on you crushed you because you realized everything you thought about the thumbs up was a lie. Yes, I think I'm right.
This loss is pretty much designed in a lab to piss Max off the most, the way that it went down. Because, kicking an impact player out for words, like 2 personal fouls on words, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said. I don't know what they were looking at. But the first one was nuts because he says something, then he gets punched in the face.
Yeah.
And then they throw a flag, and they say, personal foul on C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what happened there? Nobody knows exactly. But the ref was like right in between them. So I guess he heard something. But yeah, it feels like this was just designed to get Max the angriest.
As mad as possible.
So good job, NFL.
Yeah. No, Max got as mad as possible. I mean, I think, Max, here, something positive. I think you guys win that game easily with Jalen Hurts. Easily. The way Saquon could not run like he could run in the first quarter, first half, without Jalen Hurts in there. Because they basically can play Kenny Pickett completely different.
They basically just said, we're going to make Kenny Pickett beat us.
Correct.
And Kenny Pickett, unfortunately, could not do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Kenny Pickett did enough to win the game if Devontae Smith catches the ball.
That's also a fact.
That would win the game.
Like, that's why
That's
I'm not
also a
going to
fact.
put this blame on Kenny Pickett.
Also,
because he's a
Saquon had a drop, too.
quarterback,
He did.
And so did A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Saquon had a drop?
He had a drop, yeah.
Because he's dropped a couple.
Good defense by Bobby Wagner.
Saquon's
We
dropped
should
a
say that. It
couple.
was good defense.
Correct. Yeah.
Also,
so was the A.J. was good defense by Lattimore. But the Devontae Smith, there was no one within 3 yards of him.
Lattimore did not look that good today. A.J. Brown kind of abused him.
Yeah.
It was not looking great. He got a couple bad PIs, and he was getting cooked out there a little bit. Made me pump my brakes on Lattimore a little bit.
Credit to you.
Credit to me.
Credit to you. That's huge.
So, Max, we might be on a collision course. There's a chance that, the Commanders, what are they at, 94% right now?
Now I want you so bad.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
you want him.
the way it shakes out, I don't
With
know if
Kenny
we'll
or
get that
Jalen?
shot.
With Jalen.
Oh, okay.
If Kenny.
Well, because Kenny wasn't the reason you lost the game, so I didn't know if
Correct.
that was.
No,
He wasn't.
it was more on their kickoff.
Yeah, I thought maybe you were like, hey, we can beat him with Kenny. Because that would be the ultimate revenge.
I still think that I still would be confident if we had Kenny at home and a week to prepare.
Because if you're a man, you beat him with Kenny.
No.
No, I'm just saying, if you're a man, you beat him with Kenny.
Yeah, the way that you're talking right now, a week to prepare with Kenny, I'll take
I don't
that.
get the kickoffs. Unless they were trying
Your
to
special
not put
teams is just bad.
so bad. And it's 1/3 of the game.
That's a thing that will rear its ugly head.
That's the thing. You got to be. What's the quote? 2/3 of the game.
2/3 of the game is mental. 1/3 of the game is Jalen Hurts not getting concussed.
No, this isn't. Nope.
Oh,
It's a third of the game.
The NFL didn't want Jalen Hurts to play today for some reason.
you don't
That's a
think
fact.
so? They didn't want him to play.
He thumbs up, and then he had his helmet on the sideline, ready to go back in.
What if they asked him, hey, what month is it? And he gave a thumbs up.
I'm happy he's safe.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
happy he's safe.
Me too.
I'm happy he's
Player
safe.
safety.
Yeah, player safety is important. But again, he might have just said, yeah, I have a concussion. Thumbs up. You didn't even think about that.
So, Max,
until
should
right
Sirianni shave his head?
Oh, yeah.
has to.
We
He
scalped
should.
him?
Has to. He has to
should.
shave his head.
Old school.
should.
Also, huge weekend for the Commanders. Got RFK Stadium back as a site. That was like in the middle of the night on Friday, Saturday morning.
That's huge.
And then following it up with this. Listen, this is a game that we probably had no right to win. It looked like we
Don't apologize.
I'm not going to apologize. We lost this game like 5 different times, maybe more. So I'll take a win. It's hard to win in the NFL.
It's hard to win in the NFL, Max.
And okay, so Max, I'll take another shit on my team because apparently I have to do that. Dan Quinn, his time management at the end of the game was terrible. It was awful. But then Jaden said doesn't matter because I'm Jaden.
I would actually argue that it was great.
It ended up working out.
Because you
Because
can't,
you
you
didn't give
can't,
us-
and you can't leave
can't-
time for Kenny.
No, you can't leave time for Kenny.
It ended up
KP.
working out perfectly, but I'm a process guy.
6 seconds is actually maybe a little too much time for KP.
Yeah.
No, that unfortunately was not enough time.
All right, well, it's good that you're not yelling at us and getting angry.
I didn't get angry at all.
Oh, not at all.
I didn't get angry at all in this segment.
So
This was a mature conversation between colleagues.
cause number one of the loss was your kickoff specialist not being able to reach the end zone.
I was so mad about the kickoff team today. Every single time you brought it back to midfield. Every time.
But give credit to Luke McCaffrey.
I will.
Give credit.
Sure. And I'll give credit to your return team for blocking well.
Yeah, thank you.
But why why couldn't you just put it in the end zone? Like we couldn't. Like that's it. That last drive is a different drive if it's starting from the 25 instead of the 45.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, congrats, PFT. 93% chance to make the playoffs now.
Love it.
And holy shit, would it be great if you guys played.
First time since 2012 that we've had 10 wins. And looking at a record like this, I believe that's the first time since like 1991 that it's happened.
That's crazy.
So it's been a long-ass time.
Do you have any last words for Hank? Because you were very upset at Hank in the gambling cave as well.
Hank's just a prick that just like wants to be so annoying at all times.
He just wants to exist.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to be so like you that there was going. I was going to yell at PFT regardless.
Right.
Like that had nothing to do with you.
The clip in question, we could play it. I literally started the clip by saying, "I just don't want drama."
you were being totally serious.
No, he's been legit because he was talking about the Kenny Pickett.
Oh yeah.
The Jalen Hurts thing. He was like, I just don't want
I just
drama
want the
in
Celtics
Philadelphia.
to just collapse in the playoffs this year so badly. That's all I want. That's all I want.
That's the only
And I
way
wanna
you
be
can hurt.
sitting-
All right, Santa, are
I
you
wanna be
listening?
sitting right next to you with my face right in your fucking grill as Jalen Brown or as Jason Tatum just bricks a three that would have sent the team to the finals.
Is this to the Sixers?
Sixers are dead.
Oh,
see that?
damn,
No,
shit.
see?
No,
Nope,
they're not.
nope.
They could get to 10 wins.
No, Sixers are dead. Now my sole goal is to just somehow have the Celtics lose and look at your face when it happens.
Oh.
Not
He's
the
gonna look at
Super
your
Bowl.
face.
Not winning the Super Bowl.
I'm
You're
talking about
focused
the
on
NBA
Celtics.
season.
He's talking about he's on to the NBA season. This loss ended at the Eagles.
I'm
No,
focused on
no,
football.
you guys love putting words in my mouth.
But congrats, Max. Second place in the NFC. Pretty good.
And
That's also not true.
also the laughing clip was incredible. Like I played that because it's a great clip. You laughing was very funny. I don't even remember what part of the game that was.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
we're
one of the
supposed to.
turnovers.
Yeah, I think it was after maybe the De'Ami Brown fumble.
I think it was a Brian Robinson fumble.
No, because Brian Robinson
There were
fumbles
so
were
many.
early. Yeah.
It was early. It was the laugh was early.
Yeah, losing a game when you're 5-1 turnover battle is pretty crazy.
Yes,
Yep.
it's hard to do.
That's really hard to do.
Jane Daniels is fucking
Kenny,
awesome.
yeah.
Except for those
I'm
picks,
not
which were
blaming
bad.
Kenny on the
Not
loss.
blaming Kenny.
Not blaming Kenny on the loss, but if you could like keep a drive going together like a little bit longer,
Yeah.
that would have been great.
Max, do you think that by the end of games, opponents actually like Jaden Daniels as a friend? Because
It is
he spends like
crazy what
half
he
the time
does.
between the plays talking to the other team and like joking around with them. And they're like laughing and shaking hands and playing grab ass.
Like-
I feel like by the end of the game, they're like, fuck, I respect that dude. Like they kind of like him.
Him and Jalen Carter were like boys during the game.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter is a mean guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why were they It probably took him out of the game a little
Yeah,
bit.
Jaden's
because he
he's killing you with
probably
kindness.
likes to play with a little bit of edge.
Yeah.
And
he's too nice.
he was just dapping him up after like a good like pass rush.
He's a good play.
I
see you, good
I
play.
hate that. I hate that.
Yeah.
But
what?
if Devontae Smith just caught that ball, you would hate that a little bit more.
Is that what you meant when you said
hate
it was the Falcons game all over again?
Yes.
Oh.
Because you remember Saquon dropped a wide open pass that would have won the game?
I do.
Devontae Smith did that today.
Now I'm thinking about it.
So
okay.
and then the Falcons went down
And scored.
with
Kirk
like very
Cousins.
little time
That was
left.
Monday Night Football. That was Jason Kelsey night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I
And
was
both
referring
those, so
to.
if Saquon and Devontae Smith catch the ball, you 1 seed.
Correct. Oh yeah.
Minimum.
Both of those. If two of like the best players in the league just catch a wide open ball to win the
One
game.
seed.
One seed.
1 seed.
So now the Commanders-Falcons game next Sunday night. Big game. Very big game, Falcons-Commanders.
Yeah. Well, not as much for you.
No, it's big.
But the Seahawks losing, I mean, even if you lose, like the Seahawks have to win out.
No, but it's a big game like
You
for
still have
seeding
6
too.
seed.
Yeah.
You still have 6 seed potential.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For
Oh.
seeding, it's a massive game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that is a big game.
I
Oh,
don't
the
want
Packers. That's because the Packers haven't.
I want your ass.
The Packers are about to win.
Yeah, but then if the Packers lose to the Vikings next week
Got
and
it.
we win out, then I think we get the 6th seed.
You'd have them even if the Packers if you have the same record.
I think so.
The same record.
I think so.
We have to find that tiebreaker.
I've been screwing around with the playoff thing that I have no idea what's up.
The tiebreakers all are very hard.
So
to
here's
figure
what I'll
out.
do. I'll put it. If the Saints win now, both teams 10-5, it's got the Commanders over the Packers if they're both 10-5.
Oh,
So I would assume that, yeah, if we can win out and the Packers can lose
6
one
seed.
game, then 6th seed, then we're looking at,
tiebreaker goes to the
Rams.
Commanders. Yeah, it says right there.
then we'd be going to the Rams.
Wow.
And then the Packers go into the Link.
That would be scary.
Max, now who would you rather play?
I've already made that statement.
Yeah.
The Packers.
No, literally like 30 seconds
He
ago,
wants
I said I want
he
to
wants
play.
your ass
Officially
with
flipped.
Kenny. He said he wants your ass with Kenny.
Yep.
I would
He'll
prefer
take you
Jalen
with
Hurts,
Kenny.
but even with Kenny, I would still.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, PFT, you want to rip a couple ads? Good job, Max. You didn't get so mad. A couple times you got a little mad. Not so. I mean, he took a timeout. He had to take a timeout.
Before we get back to the games, they're brought to you by our good friends over at Game Time. Can we look up and see what it costs to get into the Monday Night Football game in Lambeau?
Find it, Hank.
Football season's here, guys. We can't wait to get out to some games with the help of Game Time. They're the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time. Now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it easier than ever to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Plus, if you're trying to see the Oregon Ducks in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, Game Time has an exclusive discount for you. This is the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. You can get 10% off tickets in the home corners, away corners, and end zones only on Game Time, making their great prices even better. Just select one of those zone deals, and Game Time will choose your seats within the selected zone. Go out to the Rose Bowl. You will not regret going to the Rose Bowl. You'll have a great time. See that sunset in person, old school Rose Bowl type matchup. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Hank, what does it cost to get into Monday Night Football?
$109.
$109 in the Cathedral of Football in Lambeau Field. $109 Monday Night Football. Use Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code PMT. Get $20 off your first purchase and get 10% off your Rose Bowl tickets with Game Time. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PMT. Get $20 off, and you get that 10% off the Rose Bowl tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. What time is it? Game Time. These games are also brought to you by our great friends over at Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's #1 largest injury law firm. We all know that 2024 has been wild so far. So let's talk about something important. If you get injured by a person, place, or thing, you deserve to get paid. Life can be crazy sometimes. One person's negligence can result in another's settlement. If you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. They have over 100 offices nationwide, more than 1,000 lawyers. They've recovered over $20 billion for 500,000 clients. They have a proven track record. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. If you're ever injured, check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/PMT or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/PMT or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
Okay, Bengals 24, Browns 6. The Bengals still alive. Joe Burrow, that touchdown pass he made when he was falling down was so goddamn sick. And this was, we talked about this on Friday, but it was Joe Burrow versus DTR, and DTR should probably not be playing quarterback in the NFL.
Probably not. And then Joe Burrow, what did his teammates say about him? Like, that's not Batman, that motherfucker's Superman.
Yeah.
And I guess
T. Higgins said that.
Higgins said he got knocked down by his own player and was able to throw the ball with his body horizontal, his knee on the ground. And it just feels like the Bengals. I mean, there was nothing the Browns could do really with DTR as their quarterback. They couldn't put together a drive.
Well, the start of the game, they get a huge run from Jerome Ford. They get to goal line, and he fumbles on like maybe the inch line, and it was like, all right, if you don't score there, it's not your day. And Joe Burrow, that was his 7th consecutive 3 TD, 250 plus yard performance. That's the first quarterback ever to do that in the NFL. He now has 39 touchdowns, 4,229 yards. He leads the league in both. He's having an MVP season without the MVP because of the way the team is played, but they're still alive. Also, Jamar Chase, I believe, will get the Triple Crown. I know he just eclipsed 1,500 yards. I feel like he has 100 touchdowns.
Yep.
How many? What is he leading?
He broke his own franchise record. He leads the NFL in receptions. He's got 108.
Yep.
Receiving yards with 1,510 and touchdown catches.
So yeah,
with 16.
Triple Crown.
So he's defeated everybody in the NFL, including himself. He beat all of his own records from last year.
Yeah, and he's up 4 on the touchdowns. He's up a couple hundred yards. It feels like he's going to get, I guess the only thing that could be close is receptions, but he's been incredible. So
yeah.
This season is going to drive Bengals fans even crazier, although
not dead.
Again, week 17 is going to be that game against the Broncos, which I believe is Saturday. Hank's Saturday football will be massive because if they win that game, now they desperately need
the Steelers to beat the Chiefs.
The Steelers to beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs will rest everyone. Although maybe they wouldn't, because that would be, I was thinking about it. If the Chiefs win on Christmas Day and then they decide to rest their starters in week 18,
Carson Wentz,
that would be, I don't know the exact amount of days. I'm going to look at it right now because it feels like it would be a massive amount of days. It'd be 14. I think it would be almost 25 days, 24 days that they would be resting.
Rest versus rust.
If they rested their starters and got the bye, that's a lot. That might be too much. Don't you agree?
It's a lot because, well, that's also like a little mini bye for Andy Reid to cook on, though. Right. He'd probably scheme something up in that Week 18 game, even with his backups.
True. But that feels like that would be a shitload of time to having everyone sit out.
If Mahomes is dinged up at all after the Steelers game, they'll just sit him anyways.
Yeah.
If they win that game.
Either way, the point is the Bengals are still alive going into Week 17, which at many points in the season thought wouldn't be possible.
We said they were dead like 5 times.
A million times. And I don't know. There's nothing really to say about the Browns season because DTR is playing right now, so it's not even watchable. Myles Garrett, I guess to say this, Myles Garrett, the first player ever to get 100 sacks before turning 29 years old. That's pretty cool.
Pretty good.
And he also probably wants to trade.
And you know what? I say trade him.
Dude, I don't know why anyone would have any problem with that when he's such an incredible player and he's like, yeah, I don't really want, I'm about to be 29. Don't really want to be here for a rebuild because if I'm here for a rebuild by the time I'm like 33 and we're rebuilding, I don't know if I'll still have it.
I mean, most of his career has been for a rebuild. That's
right.
What's so infuriating. He should not. I wouldn't want to do that again if I were him.
Hell no.
Set him free.
Yeah, I would love to see the Bengals somehow crash the party. It's going to be. I think they still need the Colts to lose and the Dolphins to lose. So They still need a lot of help. But again, they're still playing for something, which is cool because that's really what I want to see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase still playing for something.
Just from a pure enjoyment standpoint, Stefanski not playing Jameis. I guess he's got a bad shoulder, right?
Yeah.
So we're going with a shoulder excuse. But at least in games where you're coaching Jameis Winston, it makes you use your imagination as a head coach because he gets you into some jams that you wouldn't normally be in.
Right.
And you have to figure your way out of them.
Right.
And then you can actually use the whole playbook and have him throw the ball downfield. It's got to be a lot more fun to coach him than it is to coach DTR.
Yeah.
So hopefully once he's healthy, put him back in.
Yeah, put him back in. Get him back in. I don't think they're going to put him back in. But get him back in. Make us like enjoy watching Browns games, please.
Yeah, for the ratings.
We'd really appreciate for our personal enjoyment. I'll be selfish.
Yeah.
I want it for myself.
I want it for the good of the league.
Yeah. For the good of the league and ourselves.
Yeah, there's probably like 50 or 60 first-time watchers every weekend for Browns games.
Yeah.
I've never seen a football game before.
And they want to see Jameis.
Let's give them a show.
Let them see Jameis. Okay, moving on. Next up, Colts 38, Titans 30. This was a crazy game. We got a touchdown. No, we got a pick. The Bucs have found every single way to fuck up this game. That was crazy.
It's bad.
That was crazy. All right, actually, we're going to do the Lions-Bears. I was going to do the Colts-Titans because I thought the Bucs were going to maybe score, and I wanted to half watch, see if Mike Evans, so we could get the TD parlay for the people. But that doesn't look like it's in the cards tonight because that was an insane interception. How do you intercept that? The Cowboys, no one wants to play this Cowboys team. No one's going to have to play this Cowboys team after Week 18, but no one wants to play this Cowboys team.
That was crazy. Just took it away from on the way down.
Oh, no. Do you have to play this Cowboys team?
Yeah, I'll be there, though.
Okay. So you're going to save the season. You have to play this Cowboys team, too.
Yeah. Wait, so you just said that you just said
No, I seriously, no, I was saying that because they're like actually playing decent football right now. All right. Lions 34, Bears 17. I don't know what to say other than the Lions just clowned us, which I expected, but the fake fumble play that Jared and Ben Johnson cooked up, that was extra clowning.
It's crazy. Like how many more trick plays does Ben Johnson have if he's asking his quarterback, "Hey, can you accidentally on purpose fumble the ball during the play and then fall down and then stand up and throw it?" Like that's not a play that a normal sane person would use in a matchup. No offense, Big Cat.
No,
in a matchup against the Bears.
No offense taken. I mean, they said they liked the look against the Bears. All right. So here's what I'm hoping. Ben Johnson he's just trying to make the Bears pay even more money for him
it's negotiation.
Because there was a report that he's intrigued by the Bears, which I don't even he might be just intrigued. Like, how can they be so bad?
I'm interested.
How has this franchise been around for 105 years and been this bad?
But he also said he likes the sound of Caleb Williams' pass.
He likes the ball, how the ball whistles.
Yeah, loves his balls.
It would be funny if he came out and was just like, when I said I was intrigued by the Bears, I was literally just like, how is this possible?
We all should be intrigued by the Bears.
How have they never had a 4,000-yard passer 105 years in the league?
To invent a new genre of play, the stumble Ruski, and then pull it off. The balls that it takes to do that, and they're good enough to execute it. It's crazy.
And then,
when we were saying last week, like, I don't know how much new stuff the Lions can try on offense with all the injuries they have defensively. How many more games can they keep winning? I think Ben Johnson just has a never-ending bag of tricks.
Deepest bag. And then to add insult to injury, I did text our good friend Jared Goff, and I said, was the fake trip play necessary? And he replied, sorry, big guy. Next year is the year.
He big guyed you.
Which I've also thought about this. Maybe he knows his offensive coordinator is going to the Bears. That's why he said next year's the year.
Or he was just saying that to get your hopes up about something.
That also could be the case. I don't know. I mean, the Bears suck. The defense is awful now. Caleb he had a nice pass to Keenan Allen. I don't really know. I mean, the whole team just bums me out so much.
Do you think the big guy was meant as like a pat on the head?
I think he was probably saying I'm fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean the Bears are a 4-win team that kicked a field goal down 20 points on 4th and 7 from the 12. Thomas Brown, there's the door.
Well, they don't really have a coach. He should be coaching up in the booth.
He should be coaching up in the booth.
Put the head coach up in the booth. Let's see what happens.
It's hard. I just wanted to end. We have to play one more game on national television on Thursday night. But the Lions deserve all the credit. They bounce. They get off the mat. They're 7-0 on the road this year, which I know there's talk like, can the Lions go on the road? Yeah, they can. They're 7-0 on the road. Jahmyr Gibbs also answered the bell of like, can he be the guy? Because he carried the ball 23 times at 109 yards. So yeah, the Lions are just. That's how a good team bounces back. That's what a good team looks like when they get punched in the mouth. They come and take care of business, and it was never in doubt.
And Jared Goff has learned how to defeat the cold.
Yeah,
the narrative's over.
He looked great today, and the only thing that was the only cold that bothered him is I thought for a second that Dan Campbell's nose was going to fall off. He had the reddest nose of all time.
It was very, very red. You can tell that shit was running, probably crusting over a little bit.
Yeah, the Lions are just very, very good, and their defense, I know they have some no-names, but they played well. And so, yeah, I just want this season to end. The only thing I'm rooting for now is that I want Caleb to – so he's the first rookie quarterback in Bears history to go over 3,000 yards. I'm hoping that he can somehow – I think he'd have to throw 364 yards twice. So average 364 yards to break the all-time record for Bears passing yards in a season. That's all I'm rooting for.
Defeat the graphic.
Yeah, the Bears. So Caleb went over 3,000 yards. That is the 13th time the Bears have had a passer over 3,000 yards in their 105-year history. To put that in perspective, Matt Ryan and Eli Manning both have 14 seasons over 3,000 yards. So Matt Ryan and Eli Manning by themselves have more 3,000 yards than a team playing football for 105 years.
It's pretty crazy. So right now you guys are drafting 9th.
Yeah, this is the worst year to be bad because
so
every
many bad
team
teams.
is bad.
Every team's really bad.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what direction you're going in the draft?
I would like an offensive lineman, but I don't know if there's going to be one there. So then just take defensive line. Whatever the draft pick is, it has to say line.
Take a big guy.
Has to be line. That's it. It just has to be line with a letter in front of it. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else. If you tell me anything else, I'm sending it back. And Ryan Poles should probably not be the one making the pick because there's some things that have just listen. I like the guy personally, but we took a project in the third round who can't even be on the field.
From Yale.
Yeah, and then we took a punter in the fourth round who I like, Torrey Taylor, because he had a sick punt today. But
aren't you glad you took Torrey Taylor?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe probably could have used an offensive lineman.
Yeah. He's a pretty good punter.
Congrats to the Lions, though. 13 wins is the most in the history of the franchise in a single season. So that's pretty awesome. And, yeah, they keep rolling. And they have endless trick plays that will just keep coming out. And I'm hoping that was Ben Johnson showing – I mean, the McCaskey, even if he was showing the McCaskies what to do, like they don't know.
I don't see. I'm kind of with you that might have been more of a negotiation thing.
Yeah.
Like –
price just went up.
He knows they want him.
That was another $1 million.
But now look what I can do.
Right.
You're going to have to pay a premium.
Again, take out the sorry big guy part. Next year's the year. Ben Johnson might have told Jared, like, hey, I'm going to go to the Bears.
This is last dance?
Yeah, I'm going to the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by – I want to see just how dysfunctional this organization could be.
I want to hear his balls whistling by my ears all day.
Hear those balls. All right. Colts, 38, Titans, 30. This was a crazy game in the fact that it started 7-0 Titans, then it was 38-7 Colts, then it was 38-30 final. But I'd say because this game doesn't really have a lot of meaning. I know the Colts are technically still alive. This game was the game, and everyone knows this, listening to this right now. Every year in the fantasy playoffs, there's one guy who, if you have him, you won, and if you went against them, you lost, and it's just cut and dry, black and white, as clear as that. And that was Jonathan Taylor this year. This was the year if you could have the best team in the world, and you go up against Jonathan Taylor today, who had 218 yards and 3 touchdowns, and you're gone.
Well, also, if you went up against Jonathan Taylor last week, you probably won.
Yeah.
A lot of Jonathan Taylor teams got bounced last week.
Yeah.
And this is probably like a big consolation prize game.
Well, I have Jonathan Taylor on a team. I had a bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So you could have a bye.
Congrats.
With Jonathan Taylor.
So Jerry had Anthony Richardson starting for us today.
JOC?
JOC, and it's going to be a big Monday night game for the boys. We need Brandon McManus to get 13 points.
Okay.
And then we advanced to the finals.
You can do that.
Jerry,
You can do that.
give him a pump-up speech, Jerry.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, his stat line was very funny today. He was 7 for 11, 131 yards, a touchdown, and interception, but did have also 70 rushing yards.
Yeah.
It felt like when he threw the interception, Shane Steichen was like, no, we're done. We're done throwing today. We're not doing this anymore.
So one thing I noticed on both of Taylor's long touchdown runs and Richardson's long run, Quentin Nelson, you remember him?
Yeah.
He's still
a
fucking
beast.
awesome, and he's still just
Beer games.
bowling people over, just destroying people out there.
Yeah. Very fun to hang out with at beer games, beer Olympics.
Well, he's one of those guys where you
he's
stand next to him, and this is a different species than I am.
Fun fact, I chugged faster than Quentin Nelson at beer Olympics.
That is fun.
I told literally the whole place, probably too many times because I was drunk.
That's
off of 3 beers.
That's a man.
Yeah. And Quentin Nelson was like, okay, dude, you've said this to me 17 times. Why are you so drunk off 3 beers?
But sneaky fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was up and down, fun game. The Colts are technically still alive. What do the Colts have to win out, and then they have to have the Broncos lose out, and I don't know. Can you do that for me real quick?
The Colts still alive?
Yeah. I also we should have mentioned this on Friday, but Anthony Richardson is on Tebow watch. I don't know if you knew that. So he's at 47.7% completion percentage this year. Tebow has the worst completion percentage for a starting quarterback in a season at 46.5%. So today actually was a good day for Anthony Richardson because he went 7 for 11.
Okay, the Colts can make the playoffs if they win out and the Chargers lose out.
Okay.
So the Chargers would need to lose to the Raiders and the Patriots.
Got it. Probably not going to happen.
Probably not going to happen.
Probably not going to happen.
But it could.
Also, Mason Rudolph, not the guy.
Not the guy. You were going for a spark. He's not a spark. Mason Rudolph. We've seen enough Mason Rudolph to know that that's not a spark guy.
No, he's not a spark. This game was a spark. This game was more fun than we expected it to be when we were getting ready for this slate. But yeah, Mason Rudolph, not the spark.
But you know what? The Colts are going to remember that they played the Titans.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, I know
We remember that.
I know who we just played.
We remember that shit. Titans go to 2-13. Also really tough. 2-13 against the spread. Sorry, are they 2-13 as well?
3-12.
3-12, but they're 2-13 against the spread. It's not great when you say your team's not soft, and then you give up 335 yards rushing. But you know what? Because I like Brian Callahan. Positive side, his team was down 38-7, and they did not give up. That's not a soft team.
That's true. That
is not a soft team.
They kept fighting.
Yeah.
When they come off the field, they know they just played us.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, there's going to be no mistaking we were only able to do that against the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Okay. Do we have anything else from the Colts Titans? I don't think so. We're watching Baker Mayfield try to get the Bucs down the field to maybe get Mike Evans a touchdown, which would be incredible. Incredible. But I don't think it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
How are they
It's going to happen.
Do you want to announce it, Hank, here? Because they're going fast enough that you could just say it.
Yeah, the Bucs have the ball somewhere near the red zone.
We could do our recap of this game while we do this.
Baker Mayfield snaps. He drops back. He's looking at Mike Evans. He fakes.
Is he looking at Mike Evans?
Complete to not Mike Evans.
Yeah, I'm impressed that the Cowboys did not give up.
How about Ezekiel Elliott getting a touchdown, huh?
Yeah.
Just rolling him out there, being like, hey, Zeke, you've been around. Give it up for the hometown fans real quick. Let you take one last bow before him.
It's Christmas time.
It was bad.
Let's give him
It's been a
one.
bad game for the Bucs.
It's been a bad game for the Bucs, but I'm more impressed that the Cowboys just have not given up. Like they have no reason to play, and they've kind of been playing good football recently.
Yeah. I do think that McCarthy saved his job a couple weeks ago.
I do too. And Jerry can be like, hey, you know what? Win before Christmas. Feels like the win before Christmas means more. It counts as a double win.
So Jerry always does the opposite of what we think he's going to do. We've pre-fired Mike McCarthy several times on this podcast.
Yeah.
And then Jerry's kept him around. Is this?
But remember,
we're saying McCarthy has done enough to stay around. And then Jerry's like, we got to move on.
We've said this before, but like Jerry Jones from the 90s is not Jerry Jones of the last 20 years. He kept Jason Garrett around for 5 years too long.
Maybe we've just got Jerry wrong. Maybe we just can't get inside that head of his.
Maybe Mike McCarthy's a great coach. It could all be true. All right, ready, Hank?
Yeah, there was an injury on the field. The Bucs are huddled up. They're going to call the Mike Evans play.
You sure?
Score a touchdown. Yeah, this is it.
They really need to.
They really, really need to.
Stephen Cheah is watching in the other room being like, the game's not over. He's been saying that for the last 3 hours.
26-17 Dallas with 2:43 remaining.
And the Bucs only have 2 timeouts. So they have to score before the 2-minute warning to have any chance of possibly winning this game. And they just showed the graphic, and the Bucs losing this game is very detrimental to their chances of making the playoffs.
Right now, the Falcons they'd be ahead of them.
They would be ahead of them.
All right, here we go.
You'd have to beat the Falcons for Stephen Cheah.
Mike Evans, bottom of the screen.
Baker Mayfield snaps the ball.
In the slot.
He looks at Baker. He's throwing it to him. That's not him.
not Mike Evans.
Fuck. Touchdown Bucs. Whoever the fuck. That's not
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller. That would be Scotty
Right
Miller.
now, onside kick. Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller.
Scotty
Miller's
Steelers.
on the Steelers.
Yeah.
So we knew that.
That's not fair to us to have two
But that was
Another
also
Miller.
where Mike
hardworking,
Evans was running.
scrappy,
That's also where
First and
Mike
last out
Evans
Millers.
usually is, right?
catching touchdowns. Yes.
Fuck. Damn, Hank. All right.
All right.
We'll go to the next
Now
game.
declared onside kick coming up for the Bucs.
Or do they kick it deep?
I think we. Oh no.
They could kick it deep.
We want them to miss
Two
this.
timeouts.
2 timeouts and the 2-minute
miss
warning.
this
They could
section?
kick it deep.
What would the pussy thing to do be?
Um,
What would the wrong decision be?
I don't know. And also, Hank, they're not gonna go for a touchdown, so that's out.
Yeah.
I think the wrong thing to do
Yep.
would be to onside kick it.
No, I think you got to kick it deep because you
So
can win with a field goal.
That means that Todd Bowles is going to onside kick it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's going to happen. Okay. Rams 19, Jets 9. This game was weird.
Very strange.
The Jets opened the game with a 99-yard touchdown drive. They did not punt a single time this game, and they scored 9 points.
They're the first team in 25 years to not punt and score fewer than 10 points.
Yeah.
How did that happen, Memes?
This game was incredible.
Yeah, Meme said that they're the most electric watch.
Yeah.
Well,
I
think
noticed
we're
that
the most entertaining team in football.
I noticed that the PMT
that's just
made
not
account
true.
Put out
Not
a
from a
post
football perspective.
saying that they turned into the greatest show on turf today.
No. When the Jets get eliminated from the playoffs, they turn into.
They scored 9
Yeah,
points.
They scored 9 points.
and then they didn't score after I press send on that tweet.
Ah.
There was a great drive.
It was a great drive.
So what happened today, Memes?
The weather happened. A lot of wind. A lot of drops. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Fireman Ed. Fireman Ed continues to be banned from the Jumbotron.
Yeah, Fireman Ed made the game about himself as soon as we lost.
What'd he say?
He put up a post saying, once again, I've been frozen out from the Jumbotron.
Yeah, they keep squeezing him out from the Jumbotron.
Yeah. Very sad.
We need to get in touch with Fireman Ed, not to talk to him or have him on the show, but just to then get him in touch with Marlins Man.
Okay, here we
Because
go.
I feel like they need to talk to each other. Because if Fireman Ed was like, "Hey, I got squeezed out," Marlins Man would be like, "Dude, same with me."
Jets Nation, I'm at the game, but this is the second home game in a row I'm not included on the Jumbotron to do the chant with the Scott and Jetman.
Oh man,
They froze him out.
that's crazy.
What he needs to pull a Tebow and rescue somebody in the stands having a medical emergency.
Yeah,
And then Jetman is sitting over there with his thumb up his ass, and Fireman Ed steps into action and saves a life.
that would be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a statistic on how many games we've won with Fireman Ed on the Jumbotron and not.
Probably bad both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. The Rams are a very big issue for my pinky because they're going to win the NFC West now. They control their own destiny, and they have gone from a 1-4 team to a 9-6. So they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're one of the hottest teams in the NFL.
What's kind of crazy is, although you don't think of Sean McVay as being a cold weather coach, they're kind of built for it a little bit now. They're just running the football. Like Kyron Williams, he's so consistent.
Yeah,
He's just always out there getting just enough to win.
and their defense played well, and it was cool to see Tyler Higbee back from his ACL injury. This is his first game back, scores a game-winning touchdown. Nice jump into the end zone. Yeah, I mean, this is a bummer to watch, Memes. I don't know how they could be exciting in any way.
I'll give credit to Memes. When they missed that field goal, Memes correctly was like, yes, that's good.
Yes, I also knew they were gonna miss. It was a 49-yard field goal into the wind.
Yeah, and you want them to lose.
Yes. I think it was a perfect game up until Olu Fashanu got hurt. He hurt his foot. And then it was
How
like,
bad?
what the fuck? No, we don't know. But a lot of people thought it was his Achilles.
Oh, no.
But it's his foot.
And so right now you have the 8th pick. This really is the worst year to be bad. You're 4-11, and you have the 8th pick.
But I think this is actually good for the Jets, though.
Okay.
Go ahead. Jameis, bridge quarterback.
Bridge quarterback, but there's so many bad quarterbacks. You let the other teams take that, so it limits your options.
Then you get the good quarterback.
no, none of these quarterbacks.
You're not taking a quarterback this year.
Not in the first round.
Okay.
Because Shador, Cam Ward, once they go, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Then you need that third team to take the reach quarterback.
Yep.
So that limits you to take the best player available. Hopefully, a D line that drops. Michael Williams would rock.
Mm-hmm.
Or Mason Graham. A lot of people say we have Mason.
I
Graham
want
coming.
him. I want him.
The Bears have lost 9 in a row and have the 9th pick.
Yeah. It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's crazy. Like
The Bears are like the worst team in football
We
right now.
accidentally tanked, but we have the 9th pick. Like it's not, I think someone tweeted it, but like a 4-win team last year at this time would have like the 3rd pick. How many wins did you guys have last year?
I think we had 4.
Yeah, you had the 2nd pick. It's crazy.
So I'm looking at what's the teams that are now with 4 wins and 3 wins. Do any of them play each other?
I'm not sure. I would.
Does Jacksonville play Tennessee again?
Yes, they do. Yes,
Okay, all right. So that's going to be a big game.
Oh, you could hear Stephen Cheah go screaming. Oh, I don't think that was actually.
Potential fumble either way. 3rd down stop by the Bucs. They're gonna get the ball back. 1:50 left. No timeout.
Yes.
I
One
thought
timeout.
there's no way that was a fumble.
No,
Stephen
there's
Cheah's
no way.
Freaking out for no reason.
He is somehow watches so much football and still doesn't really know how football works. It's actually he knows how football works. He just always takes the most optimistic view of things, even though the facts are right in front of his face.
I can hear what he's saying. I'm pretty sure I just heard him scream "fuck" because he realized that it wasn't a fumble.
It was never a fumble. He was always down. He couldn't have been more down. Also, always crazy that Vita Vea does not wear gloves.
It was funny watching him.
That was he was
down.
Jake Ferguson
That
was
was
laying
incredibly
on the
down.
ground. Like that's what Stephen Cheah does though, where he'd be like ball. He's like, dude, are you watching this?
It was very funny watching him tackle Turpin in the first half.
Yeah,
It's like the smallest player on the field and by far the biggest player on the field.
yeah. So the Bucs have a chance here. All right, so Rams are dangerous. I don't know. They're gonna what?
I don't think so.
Why?
Not in the cold. You need them to play Philly in Philly.
Okay.
They just beat him in the
Matt
cold.
Stafford had 100 yards
Yeah. Kyron Williams
because
ran
we
the
didn't
football.
punt and we would just go in. We would go for it inside our own 30.
I did
And
like
they
that
would just
Jeff
score.
Ulbrich was just like, fuck it, this season is over. He was basically coaching it like a bowl game.
Yeah, it was incredible.
He was just like, I'm going for it all the
time.
time. I don't
Except the
care.
field goal at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the not punting thing is a little bit of a fake stat because I think a lot of teams would have punted a few times.
Yeah, no, there was only because they did go. They went for it in the red zone.
Yep.
I think they only went for it on their own side of the
They went a couple times.
like maybe twice.
the field goal at the end. Was
Yeah.
Off turnover on downs.
Yeah, it was kind of it was fun to watch.
They
You
had
were
3 turnover on downs.
3 turnover on downs, but how many were on their own side? How many were would have been punting?
Definitely 2.
That was oh my god, he's screaming.
Mike
We can
Evans,
I
hear
just
him
heard
scream.
what a play.
Mike
so
Evans bomb.
Something big is about to happen.
Oh man, we're about to watch it. Maybe it's a Mike Evans touchdown. That would be incredible. Oh, Baker. That was a crazy play by Baker.
Oh, a little shovel pass.
Rashad White. That was a pretty nice play.
Oh, they fumbled.
Oh, they fumbled.
They fumbled.
That's very funny. Was he screaming about that?
No, he said, I heard what a play, and then he probably got quiet once the...
Yeah.
Oh my.
Once
Was
the
he not
fumble
down?
happened. This is chaotic.
Yeah. Wait.
First down,
Cowboys
Dallas.
ball.
Game over. How is he not down? They did all that to get that. A fumble. Oh, he was holding the ball like a loaf of bread. Yeah, I think that was a fumble. Let's see. Here comes the replay. This is great podcasting, by the way. That is a fumble.
That ball's out. Game over.
Tell Stephen Cheah to get in here.
Okay.
I want to hear a recap real quick. Just to 2 seconds. I want to, because I bet on the Bucs. I want to yell at them. Ball security is very important in this league. And the Bucs just didn't do that. Memes. That was, so Jets are most electric team.
Most entertaining.
Most entertaining team. Most entertaining team.
Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure when you watch them. You never know what you're gonna get.
Well, I think you do, kind of.
Yeah, so when
They're going to lose.
you're going to go to Buffalo, maybe play spoiler.
No,
Okay.
no.
But electric.
Electric, yes. Shootout, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Patriots played them too close. Now we're gonna get fucking
Yeah, killed.
stomped.
How
Yeah.
can you be electric if no shootout?
Electric in the sense that you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't know what's going to happen. What the fuck? I mean, you got to hold on to the ball, Steven.
No shit. How do we have a timeout right now? Did NBC not fucking update the score graphic?
That's right. Steven, what you couldn't have thought that was a fumble by Jake Ferguson.
What?
The play before the Cowboys when Vita Vea hit him. You thought that was a fumble?
No.
Oh,
He's got to
okay.
talk to the mic.
All right, you got to talk in the mic.
No,
What-
are we recording something?
Yeah, we're in the middle of the show.
Oh, okay. I mean, this is fucking. They're fucking in victory formation. What the fuck? Oh, this was brutal. Did you see Vita hit stick on third down?
Yeah, did you think that was a fumble?
No, but it was a fucking sick play.
Yeah.
Where would you say tonight went wrong, Cheah?
I mean, million turnovers. The Jalen McMillan, that was a touchdown, or he's down at the 1.
The interception?
Interception, yeah.
Yeah, no, he intercepted him.
I thought that at least deserved a review. Or I guess they did review it, but
Yeah, they definitely reviewed
They
it.
needed a second review.
Yeah.
I mean, where it went wrong.
That was your biggest thing that you take away.
In all
That was a
honesty,
touchdown?
and I tweeted this out when it happened. Bucks drive it down, end of the first half. 54 seconds left. They get a first down. They have one timeout left. They're on the 11-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. They called a timeout with 54 seconds left. That's crazy. It was their last timeout.
Yeah.
So you have nothing left. They score the next play.
Yeah.
So they give the ball back. 48 seconds left. The Cowboys go down and kick a field goal. So we don't get, just the 7-point touchdown. We then go in, that score difference goes from 7 to 4, and we lose by 2 points. So, I think things went wrong there.
So you need to beat the Panthers next week.
I need you guys to handle business. But now things get really weird because if the Falcons win and we win, then you and I are now duking it out for the 7th spot. No?
No, I don't think so.
Because we have a tiebreak against you.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's the Falcons win.
If the Falcons win and you win next week, we're still in the 7th spot. But then
Would be in the 7th spot, but then it's going to come down to the last week.
Then it would come down to the last week.
Oh, wow.
Where
Oh, wow.
you've got the Saints,
Yeah.
probably a win,
Yeah.
and then we've got the Cowboys. And the Cowboys,
Are playing well and hate you guys.
if they beat us, then
That's
Yeah.
trouble.
What
yeah,
does this ruin Christmas?
knocks us out.
Yeah, I mean, this is horrible. I also had a giant future ticket on the Bucks parlayed with 2 other division winners that I could have cashed out and I didn't. So this is bad. But I mean, it's certainly not over. I knew this would be a tough game, but this was bad. Brandon Aubrey is a fucking weapon. Every time they got
Single time.
anywhere near midfield, he's kicking it right down the middle.
And he does it like so effortlessly.
Yeah, like no doubt field goals. As soon as it touches his toe, it's like right
Yep.
down the middle.
All they have to do is get to
75.
Yeah, all they have to do is get to the 40-yard line. It's 3 points.
This is really deflating though, because when the Bucks stop them right there on third down, it's like we're about to fucking win the game.
Yeah,
We're gonna
and
take
maybe
the lead
Mike
for the
Evans will get
first
10
time.
more yards.
If he got 11, Luke Blutman was 1 yard away from a 10-leg parlay.
Whatever.
The
The whole
it was
night
bad.
sucked.
It was bad.
All right,
It's great.
Well,
It
you
was
should
a-
feel bad. You ruined
No,
Christmas.
this is horrible.
It was
This
a neat
is-
little
this is
shovel
horrible.
pass by Baker, though, at the end, right?
So that play, I was thinking it in real life. The Bucks tweeted out from their official account 25 years ago this week. It was Super Bucks fans probably don't remember this. But there's a play on Monday Night Football, Sean King to Warwick Dunn, where he's getting dragged around by his jersey, shovels it to Warwick Dunn. He gets like 20 yards in a first down. Or no, Warwick Dunn shovels it to Sean King. He goes out of bounds, gets clocked 15 yards. They go on to win that game because of that play. It was 25 years ago this week. That was a very similar play. And then I'm just freaking out because he's about to get sacked, gets a great shovel pass forward. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing a guy and the Cowboys run to the end zone. Like, what the fuck just happened? I'm unfortunately very clear that it was a fumble.
Yeah, Rachaad White should probably have gone high and tight there.
Tough situation, but yes, I mean he was holding it loose, and then he did bring it in, but he got stripped. I mean the Cowboys, if they're gonna play lights out special teams and just get 3 every time they cross midfield, and they got 4 takeaways I think tonight, like that's a tough situation for us to win in.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Steven.
Thanks, Cheah.
Good recap.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's brutal. It's over.
Hey, Cheah, I'll beat the Falcons for you.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
You got it.
That would actually be better than us winning tonight. So.
Oh, it'd be better than you winning tonight.
I always want to win.
I'd rather win.
That's just me.
Retroactively.
Yeah, no,
just
that's stupid. Okay. Next up, Panthers. Hank, that sucked. We're stupid. Panthers 36, Cardinals 30. I don't really have anything from this game other than, the Cardinals are officially eliminated. The Panthers, it's crazy to say because the Cardinals were 6-4 going into the bye week, and they're 1-4 after that. They were top of the NFC West. They played the Panthers today, and this might just be way too knee-jerk, but I think I'm buying more Panthers stock than Cardinals stock going forward.
So do you think Jonathan Gannon's safe?
I don't know.
He might not be.
Is Kyler Murray the franchise quarterback?
So I think they had 7 penalties in the first quarter. The Cardinals have stunk recently.
I mean, James Conner getting hurt did fuck things up because he was going off and he had 111 yards in the first half. But Kyler Murray, I know he has incredible plays, but I don't know if I feel so confident about him just going forward. I don't know.
So he's now 8-14 in December. So and that was like a Cliff Kingsbury stat too.
Yeah.
Still might be. I don't know. But yeah, Murray has not looked good at all the last couple of weeks. And yeah, Bryce Young, you know what I'm amazed by? His touch passes now.
Yeah.
Because he had absolutely no feel for the football.
Oh, nice.
Until
Max.
like a month
Nice.
ago.
We're pulling up the trade
right now. What a
I'd
great
still
trade
rather
for the
have
Panthers.
all those picks on that side. I think that Caleb Williams is better than Bryce Young.
It was a topic of conversation today, so
Got
I thought
it.
maybe we
Who
should
was
talk
having the
about it.
conversation?
Barstool Sports Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Big Cat, would you rather have Bryce Young or DJ Moore,
Darnell Wright,
Caleb Williams,
Tyreek
Darnell
Stevenson.
Wright?
Oh, Tyreek Stevenson did that is a sliding doors moment. Yeah, I'd still rather have.
You'd rather take Caleb?
Yeah,
than
because
Bryce?
we're probably going to get a future Hall of Famer with the 2nd round pick this year.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you want to have this be a topic of conversation right now?
I don't know. You like to have topics of conversation?
We can, but just you passively pulling it up, say something with your chest, buddy.
It's not my show.
Say something with your chest.
Not
Don't
my
just
show. I
don't
thought
just
you-
put
you
stuff
could-
up on the
You could make the decision
computer.
to talk about it or not.
No, say it with your chest. Let's go.
I'm just saying.
Say it then.
I thought I wanted you to say it.
No.
People don't want to.
You
You don't
say
care
it.
about what I have to say about
You
it. They care
say
about
it.
what you have to say.
You
about
say
it.
I would still rather have the Bears side of this trade.
There you go.
What would you rather have? Because you pulled it up.
Probably.
For people who don't understand or listen to the podcast, there's a computer monitor right in front of me and PFT, and Max will sometimes scroll like Sydney Sweeney tits just out of nowhere.
Nope.
As we started the Panthers recap, he just went and scrolled and pulled up the Panthers-Bears trade, but then didn't say anything. As passive-aggressive as it gets. What do you think about this, Max?
I think that I would probably still rather be on the Bear side, but it's a discussion that was
Wait, now-
once the biggest haul.
It's a
in the
discussion.
Yes.
Because you're making it the discussion right now.
I didn't make this a discussion. Barstool Sports main account tweeted, "What a great trade for the Panthers with the trade," and it got 23,000 likes on Twitter.
Well, oh, no shit. LOL Bears gets instant memes. Back me up here.
Discussion.
Numbers. Any
Yeah.
dunk on the Bears.
The
Does it
Tyreek
not-
Stevenson thing is wild.
Yeah, that part hurts. That is a sliding door moment. I still am going to take Caleb Williams over Bryce Young going forward. I am impressed with Bryce Young and what he's done, and I do think the Panthers have a quarterback going forward. Which is crazy.
I'm kind of impressed with Canales.
Yeah, big time. I mean, Bryce Young looks good. He was dropping dimes.
I'm impressed with David Tepper.
But memes, back me up. If you post anything that's LOL Bears, it's
LOL
instant.
Bears, LOL Jets.
It's like instant. Just
Spawns.
yeah.
All right, good topic of conversation. Good producing, Max.
Well, next time when you produce, actually say it instead
I
of
can't
just putting it up.
interrupt your
Yeah, you
conversation.
can. Yes, you
I
can.
can't do that.
Okay.
Never.
So
I
wait,
don't even.
is this the Panthers have. Wait, so it's since Bryce came back, they're almost 500 since Bryce came back.
They're
pretty good.
3-4 since the bye week, and 3 of their 4 losses were by 1 possession to division leaders. Although I guess the Bucs aren't division leaders anymore. But yeah, they're playing good ball, and they're building something, and it feels like their future, which was nothing, like a month and a half ago, is actually something now. I think Bryce Young is the starter next year. Dave Canales has proven that he's a good coach because he took a horrific situation and has made them a competitive football team. And yeah, I think the Panthers, they're also playing in a division that no one's incredible right now.
I think they're going to win one of these next 2. I think they're going to beat either the
I do
Bucs
too.
or the Falcons.
I think they're going to be spoilers. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with the Panthers.
Yeah.
I think Bryce Young is good.
They're the one.
I'd still take Caleb Williams.
Would you rather play the Panthers or the Cowboys?
I can say both things. What?
Would you rather play the Panthers or the Cowboys?
The Cowboys, or no, the Panthers.
Because the Cowboys beat the Panthers.
Just beat the shit out of the Panthers. Yeah. But that was also the Panthers being favorites, which wasn't fair to the Panthers.
That's not the Panthers.
Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have done that. That was actually very mean to the Panthers.
But yeah, I think they're primed for spoiler season right now.
Yeah, and then the Cardinals are dead, and I don't really know what their future is.
I don't know. See, I don't know if
I'm saying
sticks around.
Future stock.
Yeah.
Right now, I would buy the Panthers stock over the Cardinals stock. That's crazy to say. Maybe it's too in the moment. Would you buy it? You buy the Panthers?
Panthers over the Cardinals, 100%.
Yeah, going forward, which is nuts because if you said that to me, if you said that to someone 6 weeks ago, you'd be like, "What are you talking about? Are you crazy?"
I don't know. It's close. It's close for me.
I just don't. I mean, it's the 2 short kings, and we've seen a lot of Kyler Murray.
But Kyler's thicker.
There's some great flashes. I don't know.
Maybe I take Kyler September, October, November, Bryce in December.
And I know that this Cardinals roster isn't stacked, and it's not all on Kyler. But if you're paying him that much money, and you're 6-4. He feels like, and especially the fact that he's been in the league for, I think, what is this, his 5th year, 6th year? This felt like a stretch that Kyler could have ascended a little bit and carried the Cardinals to a playoff spot, and they've just fallen on their face.
Is Marvin Harrison Jr. awesome?
I don't know.
I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He hasn't really. You'd like to see a little bit more out of Marvin Harrison.
You'd probably like to see a little bit more out of Marvin Harrison Jr.
But yeah, if Connor doesn't get hurt. I mean, this game went to overtime.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Panthers are leaps and bounds ahead of the Cardinals.
No, agreed.
So it was a close game. You were down your starting running back, one of your best players.
But the Panthers also did come out to a pretty big lead. But yeah.
It just seems like things haven't gone well recently for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Where they were 6-4 going to the bye week, and I was like, they're impressing me. Turns out they had just beaten the Bears and the Jets and I think the Patriots.
How much time?
That should have been the sign.
How much time do you think is going to be spent on Arizona sports talk radio talking about Gannon and whether or not he should stick around?
I think it's going to be about Kyler.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, Gannon's only on year 2.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably going to have and I mean they are better than they were year 1. What did they finish last year?
What was
they were very? I mean, they
year?
were picking what, 4th, so they were pretty bad last year. So they've gone in the right direction if you want to just go wins and losses
overall.
Yeah.
Overall in the season, but recently it feels like it's been a lot worse.
Yeah, I think he probably is okay. I'm just saying more as Kyler is like this is the guy for the future. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like we're 6 years into Kyler and I still don't know.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, there's no one like him, and there's sometimes like, what's that? That interception he threw, with like 3.5 minutes left, they got the ball back, but that was so bad.
I also think he throws some of the saddest interceptions.
Yeah.
Like he gets very down on himself right after he throws them.
Yeah. Okay. Last early game, Falcons 34, Giants 7. Michael Penix, instant offense. First time Atlanta put up 30 points since October.
Huge offensive explosion.
Yeah.
Going by points.
Yeah. 2 pick sixes is how that happened. This is it's more about, I mean, Michael Penix is actually not bad. I feel like the Falcons offense worked better. They were better. It felt like they were better on third down. It felt like they were pushing the ball further. He was more mobile. I know he threw a pick, but it was not his fault. It was Kyle Pitts like basically bobbling the ball into everyone else. And it felt like Bijan had more lanes because Michael Penix, the threat of Michael Penix was a lot more than Kirk has been in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they couldn't just count on him to box himself in the pocket.
Right.
So did you see the clip of Mr. Mara?
I did.
Reacting to the very mean graphic that they showed about the Giants?
Yes.
I didn't realize, because the Giants are a historic franchise. They've been around for forever. And this season, even amongst recent bad Giants seasons, has stood out as being, it can't get any worse than this.
Correct. This is the first time they ever had 10 losses in a row.
First time ever 10 losses in a row. Everything looks just bad about the future of the franchise. And then you're looking forward to week 18 where Philly comes in and Saquon potentially sets the NFL rushing record in your home stadium as like the ultimate nightmare. But the good news for the Giants is you are now drafting first overall.
Yes.
And Shedeur Sanders is on the clock potentially.
He's ready to go.
Or Cam Ward or somebody else who's really good. But yeah, that clip where Mr. Mara saw him, I think he saw himself on whatever screen he was looking at up in the suite, and he got pissed off at Fox broadcasters. My prediction is that the league's network partners are going to be told, under no circumstances show Mr. Mara during a broadcast anymore.
Yes.
They'll get a letter from that.
There was also a report this week that Brian Dable might be fired, but Joe Shane might keep his job, which makes no sense.
To me, that's the opposite of what they should do.
Yeah, I agree. They're on the same timeline, but that makes no sense. I don't know who leaked that. Joe Shane, how do you say his last name? Shane? Shane?
Anybody watch Hard Knocks?
No, I mean, I've seen that clip a million times. He is, so the Giants have been outscored 140 to 59 since he famously said they're not far off, which was 5 weeks ago. They're the worst team in the NFL. Would we all agree?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's up for debate anymore.
I would agree with that.
They're the worst team in the NFL. And it's pretty clear that they're the worst team because I actually think they probably would have won it. They actually probably did it correctly by getting rid of Daniel Jones because they might have won a couple of these games with Daniel Jones, and now they are going to get the one pick, and they're going to get to pick their new quarterback.
So the graphic they showed, the worst outright record of the NFL, it's been since 1966 that Giants had that. Winless at home since 1974. Winless versus division, never. That still remains to be seen, though. And then the last time they had the number one overall draft pick was 1965.
Wow.
It's been a long time. I think that it was the right move to get Daniel Jones out of there. He definitely would have won one of these. But it's also hard to watch the Giants now if you're a Giants fan.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard.
They're a brutal
Like,
watch.
you definitely want to lose at this point. You want the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot. But at what cost? You have to watch alternating Tommy Cutlets and
It's only 2 more weeks.
Drew Lock.
Yeah, it's 2 more weeks. Just I'm in a similar boat where it's 2 more weeks. Just get it over with. 2 more weeks.
One of those could be a meaningless Eagles game too, which would be so funny if they won.
If they won that one,
Oh, wow.
that would actually be the meanest thing, Max.
Wow.
If the Eagles beat the Cowboys next week, they lock in the 2 seed.
But
And they play the Giants and
I think their strength of schedule. Oh yeah, their strength of schedules. So they would screw themselves if they won a game. They have to lose out.
So
They could go if they win a game. They could potentially go all the way down to 6.
So what could happen is they win a meaningless game against the Eagles, and then Hank gets the number one overall pick.
That's interesting. Travis Hunter.
and also that strength of schedule would be the Eagles are going to raise that.
Yeah. So they gotta lose out. So it's actually a good thing that they suck so bad. An incredible day for the Falcons. They're back controlling their own destiny. Michael Penix looked decent in his first start. You got him a first start against the Giants, so it's not like he has to go on the road for his first NFL start. Now he gets to, you get to prove it Sunday Night Football. Pretty big stage for him, but Falcons defense is playing a little bit better. They also, I don't know how the Falcons always do this, but I become obsessed with them just because of where their players are drafted. They were the first team in 40-plus years to have a top 8 pick at QB, wide receiver, tight end, and running back.
It's wild.
And their tight end is, Kyle Pitts is just not good.
Kyle Pitts dropping that, that was a bad drop for him.
But he might get unlocked by Michael Penix.
Is Drake London okay?
I don't know.
I think he had a hamstring at the end of the game.
So he might not be.
Also, I'd like to say that Malik Neighbors putting up these type of numbers, considering who he's had thrown on the ball this year,
It's impressive.
we should not underestimate how good Malik Neighbors is.
Agreed. He's very, very good.
Even though he's the king of checking himself out for a couple plays, might be hurt coming back in.
But now he gets Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts, that interception that Michael Penix technically threw, Kyle Pitts threw the interception. He threw it to him. You're right, though. Malik Neighbors and Tyrone Tracy's really good. That touchdown he had, the body control to get those feet in bounds was insane. They got a couple pieces. Dexter Lawrence will be back. Maybe you just need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders right there. All right, PFT, you want to do a couple more ads before we get to the afternoon games?
Yeah, before we get to the afternoon slate, brought to you by our great friends over at Experian. Experian, for all the AWOs who really know us, you know how responsible we are with our money. The secret reason we have so much to gamble is because Experian helps us save money across our other purchases. League rights are getting out of hand. We have to subscribe to way too many streaming services so we can watch every key game and keep our listeners informed with our hard-hitting analysis. That's where Experian comes in. They'll find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions for you so you don't have to worry about paying for services that you forgot about. They'll also save you time and money by negotiating bills like cable and internet. That's right, they're going to stay on hold for as long as it takes to make sure that you're getting the best price so you can save money and focus on what really matters. You can also have Experian negotiate your bills like cable, internet, cell phone, and you keep all the savings. All around, Experian does the work so you can save money. It's a one-stop shop for your financial health. Get started in the app today. Results will vary. Savings are not guaranteed. Some may not see any savings. Not all bills and subscriptions are eligible for negotiation or cancellation, and eligible paid membership required. Get started in the Experian app, and you can see how much you could save today. These games are also brought to you by our great friends over at ZBiotics. Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I don't bounce back the next day like I used to. I have to make a choice. I can either have a great night or a great next day. That is, until I found pre-alcohol. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. I had ZBiotic on Friday, went out to the bar for about an hour and a half, got force-fed 4 shots of Malort, had my ZBiotic before I went out, came back, ordered a pizza, watched football, felt great the next day. I have been taking ZBiotics for about, 10 years now. This stuff actually works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember, make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel better tomorrow. Every time I have pre-alcohol before drinks, I notice a difference the next day. Even after a night out, I can confidently plan on coming into work, recording the next day without worry. With the holiday season upon us, I know I'm going to be consuming a bit more alcohol than usual. With pre-alcohol, I can stay on track, not let the season throw me off course. Go to zbiotics.com/PMT. You can learn more, get 15% off your first order when you use PMT at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/PMT. Use code PMT at checkout for 15% off.
Okay. Dolphins 29, Niners 17. You guys ready for the craziest stat ever?
Hit me.
So the San Francisco 49ers have been eliminated from the playoffs, and that means that the streak continues. 22 straight years, the San Francisco 49ers either do not make the playoffs or get to the NFC Championship game.
That's wild.
That's it. Those are the only 2 outcomes.
Pretty impressive.
That's pretty insane.
And so the Dolphins,
if they get to the playoffs, they're going to the NFC Championship game. If they're not going to the NFC Championship game, they're just not going to the playoffs.
And so the Dolphins are technically still alive.
Yeah,
right.
That is.
So what do the Dolphins have?
You like
to
that
do?
meme? Memes liked it. He's thinking about it hard. He's really thinking it through.
It's a good one. Almost the same with the Jets.
Yeah, that's why you
almost. Like it. You could say that for the Jets. The last 16 years.
Yeah.
That they either go to the AFC Championship game or don't go to the playoffs. That's actually nice.
Yeah, AFC Championship game or have a losing season too.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's even crazier.
Now, the difference being that the Niners have been to like 5 NFC Championship games.
Yeah, they're better than us.
Yeah. So better than, I mean, I'm with you. They're better.
So for the Dolphins to get in, they need to beat the Browns, they need to beat the Jets, and then they need to have some help from the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Colts.
That was way too much shit you just said.
They got to win.
You just said like they need like 5 people to help them.
They got to win, and they need the Chargers and Broncos to lose a lot, and the Colts to lose, and maybe one loss by the Jaguars. I don't know why they need the Jaguars.
Yeah,
no, they need the Colts to lose
to the Jaguars,
to either the Giants or
that's
the Jaguars.
Too much shit.
Yeah.
That's one of those when we get to do the playoff iterations. If you need 3 teams to help you, I'm out. I don't like. Let me know when you get it down to 1 team to help you.
Yeah, but Tyreek Hill's back.
Yeah,
They found him.
why? Mike McDaniel doesn't need to wear those glasses, especially when they're not good.
Yeah, it's a weird look when he's cold.
Yeah, and it just I don't know. I feel like those are we're scoring 50 points on the opponents. We're 10-4 glasses, not we're fighting for our lives and we need whatever you just said, all the things that you said that need to happen. Glasses.
He's too far into we got to believe mode.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to stop believing.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay to give up.
Journey said that.
It's actually really fun to give up. It's fun to give up and just be like, just give up. It's never going to get better.
Why don't you just play well so that you have the ability to look back at what you just accomplished with pride?
Yeah.
And be like, we won this game, not because it means anything.
Here's the difference. Like look at Hank. He's happy. Look at Memes. Relatively happy. I'm relatively fine. Max has the best chance on this entire podcast to win a Super Bowl, and today pissed him off.
He's miserable.
When you come into Sundays with no expectations and no hopes and no dreams and no future, you can't really get hurt.
Especially if you're looking at the draft.
Yeah. I can't get hurt.
I'm going to get so hurt.
You're going to get so hurt. Join us.
No.
That was a cute no.
No, I mean, there is something to that. Not having any expectations whatsoever. Can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Can't get hurt.
So the Dolphins should just not try to do this. You're going to hurt people.
Yeah,
just give up.
Yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to win maybe next week. And then,
who do they play next week?
So I just had it up here a second ago.
How many teams they need?
Well, they got to win out. Well, let's start.
They
with
have
that.
to win out.
They got to win out. They can beat the Browns next week.
Yeah, they can beat.
So
the
what's
Browns.
going to probably
DTR.
happen next week is you're going to beat the Browns, and then you're going to get mad because the other 3 or 4 teams that didn't have to help you out all helped you out.
Yeah,
You're going to be like, God damn it! I can't believe that the Chargers beat the Patriots.
right.
And
Browns
then
and the Jets.
You're going to be pissed.
Oh, so they will win
Yeah.
out. Most likely.
But next week, if they
Memes, stop.
if they beat the Browns,
Gets cold in New York.
and then the Chargers,
true.
if the Chargers beat the Patriots next week, then they're done.
Yeah, so they're out.
So you're gonna put all this work in. You're gonna look through all the scenarios. If you're a Dolphins fan, you're gonna take care of your business, and then you're gonna get super pissed off.
Patriots Chargers is Saturday at least.
Okay, there you go.
So they'll figure it out.
All right.
Now I guess we just turn because the Niners have been eliminated. Season from hell. How much are we paying Brock Purdy?
You got to pay him. I'm an
How
owl
much are we
man.
paying him? 50? Paying him 50?
By the way, shout out to Brock Purdy. They did the whole look at what these QBs gave to their offensive linemen last week, and he gave out what did he pass out? It was something awesome.
There were trucks.
They're all trucks,
He
and it
gave
was an
trucks
ad.
out.
Yeah, it was.
It was a
So
1,000% an ad.
This is what I've noticed is like with Mahomes' one too. They took glamour shots of the pictures. I think they're all ads.
No, not Joe Burrow's. Katanas are not
Yeah, the
ads.
katana's not ads.
Those were sick.
Great gift.
So
by
the
Joe
lineman
Burrow.
wanted guns.
Yeah, and he was like,
Settle
I'm not
for
going to get you
swords.
guns.
You brought swords to a gunfight?
Does Cooper Rush have to get the gift?
He should.
Yeah. Or does Dak still?
I mean,
Dak got him
Dak's hurt.
Yeah. He got them Toyota Tundras or something, and they were like, everyone's like, oh my God, how can he afford this? It's like, well, one, he still gets paid a decent salary, and he also has a lot of endorsements. And 2, it's an ad. It's an ad.
Yeah, these are all ads now. I don't like that we've turned this into the ad season.
Not the
for 'em.
katanas.
Not the
And their
katana.
worst trucks and Chevy Silverados. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
That's right.
That's
Here,
a fact.
I got you a death box.
Yeah.
You probably killed his offensive lineman.
Oh, we should get our offensive line Chevy Silverados.
Yeah.
Chevy. Let's do that ad next year.
They have a wheelchair ramp.
Yeah, we'll get Memes, Max, Shane, Pug.
You're
What? The wheelchair ramp thing?
wheelchair
the whole
thing.
wheelchair thing. I come back. I was so pissed off at PFT. He's like, "I got you this really expensive wheelchair. Can you just like,
Yeah.
can you just like roll around in it, please? Like,
Is it not sweet?
the chat really? I'm literally never. I'm walking. I'm walking.
You might have to have surgery.
You keep saying that like you want me to have surgery.
I don't want you to have surgery, but at least if you do,
The
you're
doctor
covered.
told me I'm not going to need surgery.
Wait, so you just came back and he had just put a wheelchair out in the middle and didn't say anything?
no.
Kind of like you did the fucking Panthers Bears thing in the middle of our conversation.
That's not true.
The wheelchair arrived. I ordered it. Max, I ordered it.
That's really nice of you, PFT.
Thank you. The second I found out that my boy Max had a broken foot,
That was huge.
without knowing the diagnosis, so let's not act like I did this after knowing that you'd be fine, Max. I thought the worst. I thought maybe you'd never walk again. I ordered a motorized wheelchair with a joystick, so you wouldn't have to lift a finger.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's an awesome.
Unbelievably
And you know
just
what,
didn't
and Max? If you don't need it, guess what? We can use it for other stuff around the
Oh
office.
no, that's just a toy for the office.
You
People
just
are gonna
didn't
use
like that you had lost and he was like, "Here's a wheelchair. Go be my monkey."
Correct.
Got it. That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Were you in the cave? I said that.
No,
those
I was
exact
upstairs.
words.
No, I was
I said
upstairs.
those exact words.
U.S.
What do you
fighter
want?
jet accidentally shot
Fine,
down.
I'll be your monkey, and I just got in.
And then you did?
yeah, of course.
You gotta stand up for yourself.
No,
well,
I
you
always
can't
have to-
because of your broken foot.
No, I can stand now. I'm basically walking.
Basically walking.
I'm not even bringing crutches home for Christmas.
Wow.
Is that a good idea?
Great idea.
What about the wheelchair?
No wheelchair either.
Why don't you bring a wheelchair?
What about the wedding?
I'm going to the wedding.
What about when you go to the Eagles game?
Going to the Eagles game.
Are you gonna bring a wheelchair?
No, I'm going to be walking.
It's gonna be sore.
You're gonna try to get Big Dom to carry you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna ask Big Dom to carry you, and he will because he's that type of guy.
I'm going to be walking. I'm good. It like barely hurts now.
Oh, okay. All right. Vikings 27, Seahawks 24. Oh, I had Jake Moody sucks. I think they used a third round pick on him.
Did they?
Yeah, he sucks. He just misses kicks. And Jason Sanders is good. Vikings 27, Seahawks 24. Sam Darnold, baby. He got hammered on that play before he threw the game-winning touchdown to Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. I think he got his leg, and he also got face mask. They did call the face mask. He just stepped up there and did next play, dart to Justin Jefferson. Sam Darnold, he's just good at football.
Jefferson got penalized for grittying while making eye contact.
Yeah.
I thought the gritty was okay. I thought that had been established, like case law in the NFL.
You can't do the eye contact.
But you can't look at another man in the eye while you're grittying through the flag.
Can't do eye contact.
I didn't like that. One thing I actually can't figure out if I like this or didn't. Maybe you can help me figure it out. Jason Myers, kicker for the Seahawks, trying a 60-yard field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I believe 1 minute, 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. He missed the 60-yarder. Right afterwards, the camera caught one of his O-linemen jogging past him, sack tapped him.
Oh.
Hit him in the nuts.
I think I like that.
After he missed the kick. Can you try to pull that video up?
I think I like that, and here's why.
Just look at sack tap Jason Myers.
I think that I think you basically give him something else to think about in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
His own boy got him.
Like, that's good. Because, like, you see you're thinking about the kick. You're like, man, that sucks. I can't believe I missed that. He's like, here, think about me sack tapping you.
I think that was a plot line in Major League 2. I feel like their catcher got kicked in the balls.
Distract him.
By a donkey.
Yeah.
And then, like, his grandmother died. You think about his balls hurting so much.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
Good
That's
teammate.
good. The Vikings control their own destiny for the 1 seed. Has not been talked about enough. They're just really good at football. Sam Darnold's just really good at football. Their defense is just really good at football. Kevin O'Connell should be coach of the year. He is now 25-9 in one possession games, which is second best in NFL history for a head coach. He should be coach of the year for what he's done with his team and for what he's done with Sam Darnold. and they are a serious threat in the playoffs, especially if they get that 1 seed. I feel like there's going to be a lot of casual NFL fans who, if the Vikings win out, they'll be like, wait, what the hell? I thought the Lions had the 1 seed.
Yeah, but they play the Lions.
Yeah, right. And I mean, they have a big game against the Packers, who they've already beaten, but that will be a tough game. But yeah, the Vikings are just, and Justin Jefferson it's Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, depending on, they're both just the best receiver. Is that okay to say? Can I just say that? Can we make that an official declaration? Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are the best receiver in the NFL.
And Malik Neighbors is the best rookie receiver.
Brian Thomas.
And Brian Thomas, pretty good too.
Yeah.
Graphic.
Yeah.
LSU.
Yeah. LSU makes good receivers.
So, what's going on with the Seahawks offense? Is it time to have a conversation about Ryan Grubb?
I don't know if it's the Seahawks offense. Well, they couldn't run the ball today. They couldn't run the ball today.
Well, they don't try to run the ball.
They tried, but they couldn't.
Not really. Not really. They didn't really try.
Well, they also got down. They got down in the game pretty quickly.
I mean, they were down 17-14 at halftime.
Yeah, they scored to make it 17-14. Like they were down 17-7.
Even in the second half, they never try to run the football. That's the thing about the Seahawks. Every week, they say, you know what, we're going to recommit to the run.
Try to run it.
We've learned our lesson. We're going to establish the run. We're going to go out there, put our heads down, and we're going to play off the run game, and then we can go and play action. And they never fucking do it. They never even try to establish the run.
Yeah.
They don't try. And I feel like we've had that same conversation about the Seahawks for years.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Kenneth Walker's been banged up a bunch, but yeah, I also just don't know what to think of Geno Smith, because he is at times great, and then he just tries to throw picks half the time as well.
I also think that if you at least tried to run the football, then you could do play action. And then Geno Smith wouldn't be doing these things where he's like sprinting away from 5 guys, throwing off his back foot while closing his eyes and saying a prayer and getting picked off.
Yeah, that happens a lot for the Seahawks. Happens a lot.
Yeah.
Memes, did you like the 3-way Jets quarterback thing that was going on?
Yeah, Fox is just highlighting that the Jets are a QB factory, and we know how to develop quarterbacks so they have success elsewhere.
Yeah, so Mark Sanchez was calling a game with Geno Smith and Sam Darnold, all first-round Jets quarterbacks. Or was Geno first-rounder? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to – I think Geno's good.
I think he's fine.
But then I think he's bad.
Geno would be a good bridge quarterback for the Jets.
He would be. To maybe
jump off that bridge.
No, get Geno as a bridge quarterback and then sign Sam Darnold as your long-term option.
Yeah.
I'll take Sam back.
There's
a lot. There was a lot of Sam discourse.
I don't know if you want. Just every time a guy sucks, and then we should just remember that coaching matters so goddamn much. Kevin O'Connell is just a really good coach. Coach of the year.
Yeah, no, Sam Darnold would suck on the Jets.
Yeah, he'd suck in a lot of other places. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach, and they have great receivers.
It is the perfect landing spot for a quarterback right now.
Yeah. Okay, Hank. Welcome back. Bills 24, Patriots 21.
Good game.
Did Gerard Mayo save his job with that first quarter?
Maybe. Hopefully not.
Oh, well, your quarterback disagrees with you.
Yeah, I like this. I like this column from Drake.
So Drake May said that he's had enough of the BS, that there's a mutiny going on, that they don't want Mayo back. They want Mayo. But except for Hank. Hank doesn't want Mayo.
What did he say? Is that exactly what he said?
I think
that was exactly what
I think he was more just
BS.
backing up his coach was a sign of a good leader.
It's maturity.
I'll look it up. I like
the Gerard Mayo did the fake punt.
Fake punt was good. Drake May threw a couple dimes.
Patriots
frisky. Had a lead.
Okay, here's what he said. This is him speaking on the negative dialogue surrounding the coaching staff. Stuff like that, I think it's some BS, to be quite honest. Coach Mayo, like I said, we've got his back. I think we're building something good. I'm proud to be a Patriot.
Yeah, so he doesn't say I want Mayo, but he had his back, which is respectable.
Well, he was referring to the negative dialogue surrounding the coaching staff as being some bullshit.
Yeah. Which, again, he's having his coach's back. That's, again, sign of a leader, commendable.
Mm-hmm.
He played pretty good. He had the touchdown pass in the first quarter was an absolute dot. but they lost. Obviously, when there's a lot of bad teams and the draft.
That was a good loss.
You win a game, you can drop like 6 spots in
that was a good loss.
So that was a good loss.
How about Drake May being the best scrambling quarterback ever?
Yeah, it's great.
Per that graph. It was a great graph for you.
Mm-hmm. Huge graph. And the Bills had their letdown spot after a huge win against the Lions and still won because they didn't look good. I mean, their defense got bullied in the first quarter. They did kind of bow up in the second half, forcing 3 turnovers. Then the backwards pass was kind of all she wrote for that game. Josh didn't play great. He also banged up. He banged his funny bone. James Cook, though. James Cook is a weapon. He's awesome. Mm-hmm. And I also liked Jordan Phillips. Did you guys see that on the Bills? He wore a full coat under his uniform to warm up.
He learned from the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand why guys do that. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's actually bad for you to warm up without a shirt on. You do look cool as hell, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything for the tough
intimidation.
It really feels like you're just trying to prove it to yourself.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah,
and because it looks sweet.
But the minute you do that, I'm like, you're gonna lose because you're just trying to do it to yourself, and that means
you guys went tarps off at Buffalo.
It was cold.
Yeah, because you were like, "Hey, let's take a picture, you fat fucks in the snow," and we're like, "Okay."
It's a sick picture.
The thing is, if you have to prove it to yourself,
and we put our shirts back on 2 seconds later, and then went sat in a suite.
If you're trying to prove to yourself that you're not cold by taking your shirt off, you're actually admitting that it does affect you.
Yeah, it's in your head.
The cold's already won.
Yeah, it's also they make clothes for a reason.
That's true.
It keeps you warm. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you can wear warm clothes and stay warm. Yeah, you have anything else this game?
No.
Good loss.
Good loss for Hank.
Good loss.
Good win for Buffalo.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing them wearing the Patriots uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Trash.
There were several times when actually I think Drake May launched a bomb downfield. It got picked off, but then I thought that it was a Patriots receiver that caught it.
Yeah.
Even though the other uniform, it was a mind fuck. I didn't like it.
What do you have in your what is that?
Max is playing with dolls.
You're playing with dolls?
I'm at the ADD portion.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
a Chucky thing. I've been scaring memes with it.
Well, we have one last game.
Memes don't look at the light.
We have Raiders 19, Jaguars 14, and we have a special announcement. Okay, breaking news. Breaking news. You guys remember the Pop-Tarts Bowl
Big
from
surprise.
last year?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got a big surprise. Hank, let's see it.
What do we got, Hank?
We got the Pop-Tarts Bowl trophy.
It's beautiful.
Right here in studio. PFT, guess what? Wow. This trophy has a built-in working toaster. Can we get some Pop-Tarts going?
Yeah, we sure can.
Get some Pop-Tarts going.
The frosted cinnamon roll Pop-Tarts. I've never had this kind, actually, and it smells delicious.
So this is the actual trophy they're going to give at the game. They partnered with GE Appliances to make the first ever championship trophy in all of sports that includes a built-in working toaster. Pop-Tarts delivering it on its promise of delivering crazy good surprises and a bowl experience like never before. I'm so excited for the Pop-Tarts Bowl this year. You got to check it out. It's going to be an incredible game. December 28th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. 2 teams, 3 edible mascots, and a packed Camping World Stadium in Orlando. So mark your calendars. There's tons of surprises, and we have the trophy right here.
This thing's a masterpiece.
This is the coolest trophy I've ever seen.
I love that it serves a purpose besides just being a trophy. I would have this on my kitchen counter.
Winning this trophy, I'll say it, better than winning the national championship.
Yeah, would you rather drink out of a trophy or eat out of it?
Eat out of a trophy. Eat out of a trophy.
I mean, how many people have eaten out of a trophy before?
Yeah.
I would say probably none.
Yeah. So
I'd like to be the first.
I would too. We're about to do it. So catch all the crazy good moments and get a sneak peek of each mascot by following at Pop-Tarts US and at Pop-Tarts Bowl on social and visiting poptarts.com/bowl. This year, Pop-Tarts is bringing more flavor, more fun, and a whole lot of excitement. Don't miss it. Again, it is December 28th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. 2 teams, 3 edible mascots, and a packed Camping World Stadium in Orlando. So mark your calendar. Oh, it's ready. Let's go. Let's eat.
Hank, you want some?
I would
Just
love
kidding, you're on
some.
diet.
Okay.
Oh, man. That's delicious Pop-Tarts. Hank, here. Got to share.
Oh, man.
That's an incredible trophy.
Max,
So,
how good does this look?
it's incredible.
I'm so jealous.
Greatest trophy ever. So, again, check it out. December 28th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC. 2 teams, 3 edible mascots, and a packed Camping World Stadium in Orlando. And the greatest trophy ever created, the Pop-Tarts trophy that is actually a toaster as well.
I can't wait.
Okay, I think that's the best Raiders-Jaguars recap you could ever have, just getting to see the awesome Pop-Tarts trophy.
It was incredible. Also, Brian Thomas Jr., very, very good.
Yeah, and the Raiders screwed themselves in the draft pick.
I think that might be the worst win of the season.
Yeah, I'd agree. They
Right?
went from the first pick in the draft to the 6th. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they need a quarterback.
Worst win of the season by far. That might, I don't know, Jacksonville, Tennessee, whoever wins that game, that might be the worst win.
That could be very bad. Yeah, that could be very bad.
Because they're in the same division, implications.
Yeah, I mean, although Jacksonville doesn't need a quarterback, but yeah, that's that. The Raiders need a quarterback,
Yeah.
and they won that game.
This is a must lose.
Yeah. Also, Brock Bowers continues to be incredible because he is 10 yards away from Ditka's rookie record, and he also is the first rookie tight end to have over 100 receptions. He's awesome.
It's what happens when you have too good of a coordinator like Scott Turner.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
And we got an update on his dogs. Did we say the update on the air?
We did not.
Okay, so his dog is a Rottweiler, right? And then his parents' dog, is it a Dachshund?
Yeah.
Small dog.
So we were right on half of it.
we were right on his dad being a small dog guy.
Yeah.
But he's not a small dog guy. Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Man dog.
Also, great offensive coordinator because he has not been dealt the best hands.
No.
But Aiden O'Connell, not so bad.
No, but again, you'd rather he might be too good.
He might be too good. He might be too good.
Go back to Desmond Ridder. See what you can do with him.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask a Roback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. Do you guys want to talk a little college football because we're not going to have a show on Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's a Roback question.
How daunted are you, Big Cat?
What, Hank?
I'll let you guys go. I got some.
let's hear it.
What?
I got some
Go
thoughts.
ahead.
Let's hear it.
Go ahead.
You're gonna be so miserable in what you're about to say.
No, go ahead.
All week long, this is going to be the greatest weekend of football, college football. Like, you don't watch college football. How can you not watch college football?
Wait, I said this is going to be the greatest weekend of football?
Many people are saying that.
Okay.
It was terrible. It was essentially like reminded me of week 1. Mm-hmm. When you're playing random other teams from other conferences and it's just blowouts, no good games, not exciting whatsoever, just trash.
Yeah, it was a bad first round.
Bad football.
It was a bad first round. College football is the only sport that I think that people are more obsessed with arguing online than actually watching the games. Because we had just the whole, Indiana loses, Indiana shouldn't be in. By the way, Curt Cignetti, biggest coward pussy of all time.
That was a bad punt.
You should disavow it.
That was the most daunting punt. You know what? I disavow that punt.
You can't talk shit like he talks shit on game day, being like, whenever we play a top 25 team, we beat the shit out of them. And then punt down 20 plus points on midfield. Like, what a pussy.
He has mastered the art of losing to like way, 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 way better teams and then having the final score make it look like Indiana was still kind of in the game.
Yeah. He was literally playing for resume. Like Indiana
there was
fans,
another playoff.
Indiana fans at the end of the weekend were like, we actually lost by the least amount. It's like, we watched that game.
That is true.
That game was never close. You were never in that game. Also, I think you shouldn't like Curt Cignetti.
Okay, so
because he's gonna take more of your players this year.
I'll explain why I rooted for Curt Cignetti this year. It's because at this point, I have to accept reality. I can fight reality, or I can deal with it. JMU is a stepping stone school. We might as well be the best stepping stone school, so we get the best coaches that want to coach for us.
But still, he took your whole team. He's going to take more of your guys this year. I'd hate that.
He might.
Like, that'd be a bullshit thing.
It was a pussy punt.
Insane punt.
It was crazy.
Listen, if you don't talk like Curt Cignetti talks, whatever, you can be like, hey, the game's over. We're just gonna get our ass kicked. We're never gonna get it. It's fine. It would still be a pussy punt, but it'd be like whatever. He talks so much shit, and then he does that. That was crazy to me. But either way, Hank, back to your point. Yes, the game sucked. It is the first year of a 12-team playoff. I think the seeding obviously was a flaw in the system that they'll figure out. It should have been Boise State and Arizona State should have been playing this weekend. That's that should have happened. A team like Penn State should have had a bye. Texas should have had a bye. They should have done the byes based on the 4 highest ranked teams, or whatever it would have been. I don't know if it would have been Notre Dame and Penn State. Either way, they obviously have to figure out the seeding stuff. Here's my counterpoint to anyone who's complaining about how the first round went, because people, again, college football fans, there's a whole group of them that would rather complain online and do the debates and like SEC hypotheticals, where the SEC's never lost a hypothetical. Like all Friday night, it was like Alabama would have been better in this spot. Then you didn't hear them when Tennessee got boat raced by Ohio State. They kind of went away when you heard that when the 2-win team from the SEC got absolutely smoked by the Big Ten.
The team that beat Alabama.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Got smoked, and then Alabama lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
A shitty team.
Correct.
And then Ole Miss, you lose to Kentucky.
Right.
Another shitty team. You don't know. But yeah, no, they are right in that if you're an SEC school, a fan of an SEC school, you can just straight up say like, SEC is the best conference. We would have done better in that spot.
Yeah, they're undefeated in hypotheticals. So obviously the game. I'm not gonna pretend that the games were good. They were not good. I also think like you had 4 teams playing home games that were better than the 4 teams that were coming into their home stadium. So I wasn't totally shocked. I mean, the closest point spread was 7 points. My pushback on anyone who's like, this doesn't work, blow it all up again. First of all, that's insane. It's the first year. Second, what would be the alternative that you would rather have? Would you rather have Ohio State and Tennessee playing in the Peach Bowl that doesn't mean anything, that has 30 guys on each side opting out and transferring? Because that's what we did have. We had guys opting out of the Rose Bowl 2 years ago.
Listen, it was bad football, but it was still, they were
meaningful.
Trying.
And it was also it means something because they're going to the next round.
And you get to look at the brackets and who moves on and what those next matchups are going to be like. And then that's where you run into some real complaining. Like Ohio State, by losing to Michigan, and credit to Ohio State, by the way.
Oh, they were awesome.
Because they played really, really well in a situation where like we didn't know if they were just going to have given up on the season.
Correct.
But they went out there and they just beat the fuck out of Tennessee. But you're also in a situation where Ohio State, by losing that game to Michigan, ended up creating a great scenario for themselves and a bad scenario for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Although Tennessee would have had to play Indiana, and Indiana lost by less to Ohio State.
That's true. Yeah, if you look at the score.
I'm just saying.
Scoreboard.
Would I think Tennessee probably would beat Indiana? Probably. But Indiana did play better. I mean, again, they scored late because Curt Cignetti, that is what he does.
Yeah, no, that was
he's really good at that.
Number one at Cignetti manufacturing a final score line.
Yeah, 10-point loss, best loss of the weekend. But yeah, it was not a great weekend of college football. But I don't think I think as soon as they figure out the seeding, which would be a lot better. So yeah, what would it be, Max?
So it would be if you go off the AP and then you switch Bama and SMU. Like let's just say they keep Bama in.
Well, no, you'd have to switch Clemson too, obviously.
Correct. So it would have been Penn State, Clemson. Then it would have been Ohio State, SMU. That would have been an absolute rout.
Yep.
But then it would have been Tennessee, Arizona State. That would be a fun game, I think.
Yep.
And then Boise State, Indiana.
Would have been a great
fun game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think if you go off of that, it should fix something. Like the 5-12 kind of will look like a rout again. But it kind of should be. Like,
yeah, that's exactly the point.
Some of that.
The 5th-ranked team should beat the 12th-ranked team most times, especially in their home place. Like, that's just a fact.
And it's also not like college basketball.
Right.
It's not. It's a different,
Football's never going to be like that.
It's a different sport where if you have one program that has by far more talent, it's not like you will find yourself lucking into a road victory against that team as a vastly inferior opponent. That's just not going to happen.
And the only other point I had and this is where, we react to these things in the moment, and I get it because I do the same thing all the time. I'm way too reactionary with all this stuff. This weekend sucked, but remember, the college football playoff going to 12 teams, in my opinion, made this season so much more fun. Like, we had weekends that would not have meant anything mean something. Oklahoma beating Alabama meant something, whereas in the 14 playoff, Alabama probably would have already been out. So this weekend sucked, but like, you have to take what the 12-team playoff is not just this first weekend. It's everything that happened all season long that got us to this point, and it's also everything that's going to happen going forward, where we have some really good. I mean, Penn State Georgia is going to be a great matchup, in my opinion. Or no, that's not. No, Notre Dame Georgia. Notre Dame Georgia is going to be a great matchup. I mean, we know Ohio State Oregon is going to be a great matchup because we saw the game earlier. Again, the seeding part is kind of fucked up because they should have reseeded at least this year, where Oregon should have played Arizona State or Boise State, because Oregon got screwed having to be the number 1 seed, only undefeated team in the country, and having to play Ohio State. But it's a flawed first crack at it, and I'm sure they'll fix it.
Yeah. So if you were to go off of like the 12, it would have been Oregon would play the winner of Boise State, Indiana.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes more
That
sense.
makes sense.
Right. They got screwed, but that's going to be an awesome Rose Bowl.
I mean, the best game was probably Texas-Clemson, and that wasn't even that close.
No.
Just for a second, you thought, oh, Clemson, not as dead as I thought they were.
Yeah, they came back in that game, and but yeah, I also like
the NFL playoffs sucked sometimes too.
Yeah, the first round
The first
last
round
year I
sometimes
think
stinks.
wasn't great. And again, Penn State's a really good football team. Notre Dame's a really good football team. Tennessee or Ohio State and Texas are really good football teams. I expected them to win. I wish it was closer, but that's just kind of how it goes. Oh yeah, people are pointing how like last year was awesome, so they ruined it. So we still have this coming.
Yeah.
The semifinals are still two rounds or a round away. Like, we still have more chances for great games.
Yeah.
I still think on a whole, we had 2 great playoff games last year. I think we'll get more than 2 great playoff games this year.
Do you think people would be upset of a Penn State Notre Dame semifinal and then a Texas Ohio State? Like,
Yeah.
that's good. Those are good games.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna get there.
You're
And I
complaining
also-
about the appetizers. You haven't even ordered your entree yet.
I'm not sleeping on Boise or
So
Arizona
Penn State's
State.
winning.
No, I'm just saying like
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
get
narrative.
Now,
good games.
can we talk about that game real quick? Because I did bet Penn State, and it was based on the fact that was the least big game of all time, and that's why James Franco was going to dominate.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a big game at all.
It was
even like waking up, it didn't even feel like a big game.
SMU. Kevin Jennings got the minute he started throwing those picks, you're just like, yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, what was the mood like in the stadium? Did it have big game feel?
Oh yeah, the
It looked
stadium
awesome.
Was popping. All of my buddies were there. My brother, his wife were there. I heard unbelievable things from within the stadium, but that's also like I'm happy that we got that the people that were at that game that go to a bunch of games every year got a college football playoff.
Yeah.
and got to be there for it.
Yeah.
But when what is his name, Jennings?
Yeah.
I just said Ken
Ken
Jennings.
Kevin Jennings, yeah.
Yeah, Ken Jennings. Like he did the thing where he did the me where he put his hands over his ears.
Yeah.
And then they had to call a timeout, and then he immediately threw the pick 6 to Tony
Yeah.
Rojas, and it was like, there's no way they were ever going to win that game.
Ever.
Penn State didn't even play well. They did not play their best game at all.
Yeah.
And they just smoked them.
How about the big game environment inside the horseshoe? Pre-game, the band on the field.
Yeah.
That what instrument was that lady playing? Where she just was like
Love it. She's
hyperventilating
probably a
and
senior
crying?
going out.
That was. I felt something. I was like, this means more.
Yeah.
Also very funny where Penn State put SMU's band.
Oh, all the way up top.
It couldn't have been a worse section in the entire stadium.
Yeah. So, Hank, are you going to give the next round of college football a shot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give him a shot. There's a lot.
I
left
love how
to
we
be
ended
desired.
up. We lucked into a real Rose Bowl matchup.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Rose Bowl is going to be awesome. And then you have Notre Dame and Georgia playing right after.
Yeah.
And again, even if these games aren't close, I don't know what to say. Like, that's sports. You can't. That's the beauty of sports. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't just say every time there's a blow up being like, everything's broken, fix it. Do you remember when they went to the 14 playoff? I remember sitting and watching on New Year's Eve.
That sucked.
Alabama versus
Washington.
Yeah, it was versus Washington, or was it Michigan State? There was a Michigan State one too, where they like didn't score any points, and it was brutal. And then it slowly got, it got better over years, but like this is just a new system that they'll slowly figure out. And I get it. There's probably only 5 teams realistically every year that could win a college football national championship. I still like having more teams involved, and you can have the chance of something special happening in a single elimination tournament. There probably will never be a Cinderella to win it all, but I never expected that.
If you have teams that are loaded at the top with 5-star players, and then you get like SMU going into Penn State, that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you're SMU, at least you have that 1 week to be like, you know what? What if?
Yeah.
We could win the entire thing.
And if we
and the game does mean something too.
If we keep playing this, I don't know, 25 years, there will be a 12 that beats a 5. Like it will happen because that's just football and that's sports, and it's weird like that.
We used to have a computer pick the winner.
Yeah.
There would be a computer and be like, okay, I'm going to spit out a bunch of numbers. Oh, we have co-national champions this year.
Yeah, the 2 teams would play in separate bowl games and have a chance to win a national championship.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you beat them.
And then your team could win their bowl game, and then the computer doesn't pick you, and then you get to claim a national championship that nobody else will respect for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, we're doing better.
Which actually kind of rocks.
Okay. Should we do Who's Back of the Week? Wrap it up. Who's Back of the Week is brought to you by ourselves at Pardon My Cheesesteak. Go get Pardon My Cheesesteak right now. It's football season. Pardon My Cheesesteaks brings you awesome cheesesteaks, loaded fries delivered right to your doorstep, and be offering free delivery throughout the entire football season. Take your pick of our delicious cheesesteaks made with fresh, thinly sliced steak, melted provolone, mouth-watering cheese sauce, and caramelized onions on a toasted hoagie roll. We have classic cheesesteaks, chipotle cheesesteaks, chicken cheesesteaks, buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, and many, many more. You can order the popular Big Cat combo and get your cheesesteak of choice, fries, and a drink. Find a Pardon My Cheesesteak near you and order yours now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. Use code AWL for free delivery. We're also brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. Listen, it's holiday season, from overcrowded stores and flight delays to awkward family dynamics and dinner mishaps. The holidays are far from perfect, but that doesn't mean we have to lose our chill. Forgotten ingredients don't have to ruin dinner. Takeout and Coors Light are always crowd pleasers. When the mountain turns blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged. For a smoother finish, choose chill this holiday season and then reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/take, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. We love Coors Light. Henry, who's back of the week?
My Who's Back of the Week is AWL Charlie Woods.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah.
Congrats, Charlie.
Love that.
He hit his first hole-in-one. I think it's just in tournament play. I'm sure he probably has a bunch otherwise.
No, I think he said it was his first.
Even better.
Yeah.
Hit a hole-in-one.
That's what they always say.
Him and Tiger lost in the playoff, so they almost won the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck Bernard Longer.
Why? Because he's old?
Well, apparently
Dude,
the
he's
guy's coming back from like an Achilles injury, and he's hitting from the seniors tees.
That was crazy.
67 years
He
old.
gets an additional like 120 yards on every drive.
Whose side are you on?
I mean, he's 67 years old. It's like...
So then don't play golf in a tournament like this. He literally walked like 100 yards up to hit his tee shot.
Senior tees. It was crazy. They were in front of that. He was teeing off in front of amateurs. Where amateurs
Yes.
teed off.
See, me personally, I'd have too much pride to do that.
Same.
I wouldn't hit from those tees.
Same.
Maybe I go one ahead. I'd hit from the blues.
Also, he's won the tournament like 7 times in a row. Enough, dude.
Yeah, well, because he's got a system.
Right.
This guy's a hustler. But yeah, Charlie Woods, sick hole in one.
You thinking about it?
No, I was just his press conference afterwards was funny when he was like, "Yeah, I thought I'd see my dad's best, but like this is actually he actually played really well today."
Yeah, he played great.
Charlie said that?
Yeah,
That's
you
funny.
can tell Tiger was like, "Yeah, it used to be good. Like I can be good. I have the ability to be a good golfer."
And Charlie almost nailed that putt too on 18.
I wanted it in so bad. We love Charlie Woods. He's our guy.
You got it stolen away from him.
Yeah.
A moment taken away.
You just can't feel good if you're Bernard Longer and you're hitting from the
His son's like 35.
Yeah, his son's like
Charlie's 16 years old.
and this guy his son was in college like 10 years ago.
He's like a doctor.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay, PFT.
I was gonna say Charlie Woods too, but I'll just say people talking about Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
Because he passed away, and it's sad because Ricky Henderson was such an awesome baseball player to watch. All his base stealing records are just insane. They're the stats that you can look up and be like, it would take somebody like 30 years stealing 70 bases a year to do what he did. And he played till he was old, but he was still really, really fast, and he was great to watch. Best leadoff hitter of all time.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that people are talking about Ricky Henderson.
Also the stories, whether it be he framed his $1 million signing bonus check when he was a rookie, or the famous John Olerud story where he went up to John Olerud and was like, "Hey, we used to have a guy like who used to wear the helmet at first base when I was on the Mets," and John Olerud was like, "Yeah, dude, that was me. We were teammates, Ricky."
Yeah.
So he was the best.
It's sad because he was, 65 years old?
Yeah, and he also was like one of the only guys who I feel like was everyone was okay with him doing first person.
Yeah.
Like he just would say Ricky thinks this and be like, "Yeah, that's cool."
He was like,
"You're Ricky Henderson."
He was the flashiest dude ever, but it matched up with watching him play.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can get away with anything that you want, Ricky. He was born on Christmas.
That's cool.
Yeah, so flashy from day one.
Yeah. Yeah, a player could steal 60 bases a year for 22 straight years, and Ricky Henderson would still have more stolen bases.
Did he invent actually taking the base? Like when he had a milestone stolen base where he just take it out of the ground and be like,
I don't know.
"This is my base now."
The best tweet some baseball writer said is like Ricky Henderson was actually the first guy to pimp and showboat home runs, but he would do it right in the pitcher's face, and the pitcher knew they couldn't bean him the next time he was up, because if they beaned him, he'd be on third base in 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't put him on base like intentionally. So yeah, what's that one? Ricky Henderson trying to find a seat on the team bus. Teammate, tell one of them to move. You got tenure. Ricky, tenure? Nah, Ricky's been in the league 15 years. Yeah, I don't even know if half of these are true, but they're funny, and he feels like he was just a legendary guy.
Yeah.
That was good. I had it as my who's back as well. I don't know what my who's back would be then. I have one. Buy Mike Florio's book. Well, actually, you don't have to. It's free on Amazon on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Mike Florio, our good friend, we love him. His ebook is free on Amazon Tuesday and Wednesday. So please go download it because we love him. It's called Father of Mine. It's free on Tuesday and Wednesday. Go do it. Please help him. He's done more for both of us in this show than we can really put into words. So we love him dearly. It's the time you say you love your family, and Mike Florio is family to this show. So the ebook is free on Tuesday and Wednesday. Father of Mine. Go check it out on Amazon. He would appreciate it. We would appreciate it.
Yeah.
So he's the best.
He'll always be number one Florio.
Yeah, number one Florio for sure. Do we have anything else, boys? I mean, we're not going to do a show Wednesday. We're going to do Friday, our regular show. We'll do Zoom on Friday and Zoom on Monday, and then we'll be back together the following Friday. Max, we good?
Yeah, I feel okay.
Yeah.
1 hour, 4th episode of
Fourth,
Team T-Doc Thursday.
There was one moment where you were screaming it. I think you were screaming at PFT.
It's okay. It happens.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
This episode?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's the best because listen, we all have our passion. I got mad at you when you pulled up that fucking meme.
Yeah, I know. That was payback.
But we should be okay with getting mad at each other.
That's what makes this show great.
Right. We keep it in between the white lines.
Yeah.
Except memes. He hates us outside the white lines.
Yeah, that's actually true.
He carries everything with him afterwards.
It is funny whenever I see anybody out in public, pretty much the only thing that they say is "fuck Hank," because they think I like genuinely hate Hank.
Yeah, I don't.
They're like, I fucking hate Hank too.
It is funny when people think that. It's like, we spend like 60 hours a week together.
Yeah.
We genuinely love each other.
If you know Hank, you know he's not about the drama.
It's also like
Literally.
I
He's trying to exist.
I don't know. Do you think there are friends?
That's probably when you're in Philly.
Do you think there are friends out there that like root for each other's teams to do well if they have different teams?
I root for your guys' teams.
No, you don't. Shut the fuck up.
You
No, you don't.
literally bet against us to make the playoffs.
Like genuinely root for them. Like there'll be times where I'll root. I'll like
You liar.
Like
I bet them to win the Super Bowl too.
there'll be times where outside of bets. But there'll be times when I'll root for your guys' team, but like genuinely be like, I want my friends' teams to fucking rock. That's crazy.
Yeah, you want your friends to be just as miserable as you are.
Right.
I just said my goal for the NBA season.
Right. It's to laugh in his face. Right. Right. I want both of you guys to have maximum pain in the playoffs.
That's mean.
But it's the truth. I actually would like PFT to win one game.
That's mean, Big Cat.
I would like PFT to win one game. Max. Actually, no, I'd like Max to go to the Super Bowl. That would be fun. It'd be great for the show.
Okay, so would you actually be upset if the Commanders went to the Super Bowl?
If they won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if you won one game, I'd be happy for you. Genuinely happy for you for one game. Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
What if I beat Max?
That would be very cool.
But that would just he would like that more for my pain than your happy.
Correct.
No shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that actually would, I don't know, because like it would be like kind of wasting. Like I'd rather you win. Like if you played the Packers, I'd be fucking. I know that's not possible, but that would be incredible. I'd be rooting very hard for.
Okay, so what about this scenario? The Packers play the Eagles in the first round. That's on the table.
I'm rooting for Max hard.
You won't get that. Would be the meanest thing the Packers could do to you is take the joy out of enjoying an Eagles loss.
I would be more heartbroken than Max.
Yeah,
I think I would, because he would. I wouldn't be able to enjoy your loss. The Packers would rob my joy.
All the joy.
They would rob my joy of your loss from me. Think about that.
yeah, yes. I mean,
Paint the picture again, real quick, of what is it? Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. What is it? Maybe like
I don't know.
There's 10 seconds left.
I don't know. I just want to see Hank like upset. Like he's never upset ever.
He almost died the other week.
No, but
losing to the Heat.
That's different upset. But I'm pretty sure that we weren't even together during that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty actually no.
He was pretty upset after losing to the Heat.
I was thinking that was Memorial Day, but that was Memorial Day when they
kiss.
won.
He was pretty upset when they lost to the Heat.
Yeah.
I'm just a chill, happy guy. I'm sorry that upsets you.
The chillest, happiest guy. All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll be back before New Year.
Yep.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Oh, that kid rocks. There's nothing like a 12-year-old fat kid in New Jersey. He was just going nuts for the game.
This is great.
Great podcasting. All right. Numbers.
17.
11.
3.
33.
89.
21.
80.
80.
Saw it on the TV.
I think 80 might hit.
It's meme said it, so no. Can I change my number?
What meme say?
Can I change my number?
Yeah.
81.
I'll take 3. Fuck.
What is that? 89.
Oh! Was that you?
You got it?
Yep. All right, let's go.
Wait.
That better
Oh,
be
this would be great.
Nope.
68.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Sorry.
That's bullshit.
I sorry. I didn't do
That's your job. You have one job.
I understand, but like that's a
Have you ever guessed it by yourself, PFT?
look at PFT. Look at
Yeah, but that's
89.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
89.
That's your job.
Oh, what a great lotto.
That's
and,
bullshit.
It's 68.
Go into what's it called?
Yeah.
Christmas?
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Forget about Christmas.
I apologize, PFT.
It's been a long day.
What's it called?
That's my bad.
See, I'm not
I gotta be up early
I'm not
tomorrow.
broken up by it because
That's my
I've gotten
bad.
it before.
I fucked up. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Yes, he's gotten it.
He's
He has
won.
gotten
I
it.
got it before.
He's won.
And also
got
the
it.
Commanders beat the Eagles today, so it's a good day.
That's true. They did.
yeah. Max, congrats. You won the national
All right, we're done with this
championship
podcast.
in volleyball.
Oh,
Penn State.
podcast.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Good job, Max.
I didn't go to Penn State. I'm a fan of their football team.
Love you guys.